I'm probably sure I'm just absolutely dumb on all accounts, and there's a way to do that room with Spirit Sword still in hand. I just couldn't figure it out. I'll say solution. Wow, that's fine. All this stuff is good. Blow everyone up. There you go. Reap the benefits. I can get a boss challenge room for more items. I'm a little afraid of once we get to like depths, because I'm noticing our damage is getting a little low. So I was hoping for some damage here. Not the case. That's okay. Rag Mega, I hate you. Forever and ever. Also, I'm not even playing on like Repentance Plus right now, so you don't even have the new sound effect. So you give me even weirder vibes. Die! I remember fighting you in that one challenge fountain. I did. That was really fun. There you go. Either way, the HP up was worth it. Let me get that full clear real quick, and then we'll fight our regular boss. Tell you what I'll do. I'll pop Calling Card in here, because I remember this guy's broken. There you go. We'll take care of this boss super easy. I mean, you're doing Spirit Sword, but even better, so I don't even know why I'm trying. Booster Pack's nice. Gimme. Diamonds, yeah, I'll just pop it. Clubs, what's Jack of Clubs? What does that do? That's not Ace, I don't know what that does. Spawns 2-3 copper bombs. Okay. Converts all bombs in the room into copper bombs. Sure, let's do this and then try it. Yay! What do copper bombs do, you may ask? I forgot, LOL. I'm pretty sure they have a chance to not go off. Brownie, how you doing? Okay, those are explosions. I don't know if I've ever done Fiendfolio Dank Depths, and if I have, I definitely don't remember a lot of these enemies, so I'm a little nervous here. Because I do not have a lot of them. I just don't, nor do I have damage, and it's starting to get difficult. Just focus up and be aware of every single enemy I might accidentally walk near or have to just deal with. Such as... Oh, I know. This is fine. I know how to deal with these guys. That's alright. Wait, was that a Tinted Rock? No. No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm also facing the fact that I don't know what Tinted Rocks look like in this version of the game, so I'm kind of just eyeballing it, looking for any kind of hint, and I probably missed it a lot at this point, but I kind of need to look for something. That's for sure. That was a huge anti-grab, by the way. Hello? Yes! A solid item! But we really need. What do? I don't know. I'm killing you before you do anything. There you go. The one true way to handle any Binding of Isaac enemy. Don't interact. Die. I knocked that Ipecac shot so far away, I blinked and lost track of it. This dude deflecting shots is so good. This still reminds me, this chest, by the way, of like, this is such a deep cut. Those like crystal chests from Minecraft. What's that one mod? I was gonna say Terraria. God, what is it? Tekkit. Minecraft Tekkit. Oh, copper bombs are humongous. And I think they have a chance to not go off. That might actually be it. Because, I mean, if I'm going to use a pickup in order to give myself more bombs, there has to be a benefit, right? To the copper bombs. Like, why would I use the Jack of Spades or whatever it was in order to make that work? It wouldn't make sense. So, I'm going to say that they just go boom mode. There you go. They are nice. And I have golden bombs, so I can just keep spamming. No reason not to. Nice. Little Gishme. Devil, just because obviously I might as well. Fatal Friend. On pickup replaces all red hearts with the moral hearts at a 2-to-1 ratio. Why? That sounds scary. If it's a 2-to-1 ratio, wouldn't I just be left with like 1 heart? I'm not doing that. If I lose 2 hearts paying for that item, then it's a 2-to-1 ratio with red hearts. I got 1 red heart and then 1 immoral heart, which I don't even know what it does specifically. That just sounds like I'm going to die. Huge fan of this one. Epic Dankness. Phenomenal room name. Nice soul heart finds. Any soul hearts in here though? No, not specifically. I'll take the sack, my extra deal chance, and we'll go. I might just pop this Wheel of Fortune at this point. What the heck is... Oh, it's my treasure room. That's interesting. Oh, hello. Kind of bad with my build. I mean, I always like Toxic Shock. I will always be a fan of Max Toxication. Yeah, I just want to spawn this Wheel of Fortune. Maybe it'll give me something good. There you go. This is good stuff. Oh my god, it's me. Oh my god, it's not Repentance Plus. It's not a damage up anymore. This is so sad. I'm gonna take the Wheel of Fortune and the Empress. And honestly, I was gonna take the tick, but the lighter trinket's way too good. I'll take the lighter instead. Tick is not bad, especially in a situation like this, but we'll move forward. I would have totally taken the lazy Madman trinket though, but obviously it's not a damage up just yet, and I'm trying to win. Deck of hearts. Oh, what's this one do? All your soul and black hearts into immortal hearts. Spawns one immortal heart if you don't have any. Okay. I have to imagine immortal hearts are good, so sure. Aren't these the hearts that Fiend gets? You know, I'm pretty sure they are. You get hit and then you spawn a dude or something like that. Let me pop this anarchist and then die immediately, because why did I do this? I want to make sure I don't explode myself. There you go. And I got a bat wing for it. Useless. I'm out of here. Ow. Okay. I got hit once and lost all my hearts. Ah, but they're bad. Okay, so you lose the hearts, but they turn it into dudes that you can then collect afterwards. I can see how that's literally better than a soul heart and or a black heart, obviously. Arcade in here. You require keys. Luckily for you, I have all the keys ever. Oh. That makes sense. What is this? -1, but for trinkets. I spin down a trinket, right? Drilling all trinkets in the room by subtracting their internal ID number by 1. There's a lot of trinkets. Hold on, there's a lot of trinkets on the floor. I could probably do something. Let me do this like a couple more times. I want to see if we can get this. That'd be cool. Dang. Alright. One more? Pretty please? Alright. Here's what I should do. Let's take this, and I want to put all the trinkets, except my lighter, obviously, in one room, and then I'll spin it down by 1. And I mean, I don't know trinket ID numbers by heart, because when have I ever needed to know that? So this will be a very unique experience for me. Oh, that's cool. You can actually see the spin down for the external items. Alright, you go here. Activate the spin down. Here we go. Oh, nice animation. Whoa, cool. Dude. First of all, tapeworm's funny, but Conquest. That might be better than yeah, honestly that is. That's better than lighter trinket in my opinion. I'm digging that. That was worthwhile. Can I do like this and hopefully just don't blow up my fortune teller? There you go. That was super worth. There's a wound card as well. Maybe I get some soul hearts or a crystal ball, which I much prefer over everything. This one I'm taking with me. Greed, little scary, but I'm back close to my fortune teller again. That is still in here. So let me just play this one as well. Steam Cell's kind of whatever. It's a little too big to work. Let me do this. So that's nice. And card is tower, which is kind of whatever. Now this was super worth. I'm glad I spent time here. It seems kind of necessary. The crystal ball find was humongous for us. All right, you're not gonna change anything about the mom fight, are you? That would be baloney. Can we get a regular mom fight that I know how to handle? Okay, we're fine. Seems like it. Empress card we can pop later on. I don't need it right now. Okay, I'm just asking the game. You know, I'll say it. I could use a little bit more range. At least on this mom fight, getting up close to these door hands. Flesh doors. It's a little nerve-wracking. There you go. Let's go Polaroid today. I'm feeling Polaroid. Probably should have procced that crystal ball on the next floor. Whatever. Wow. Womb XL. As long as I get my dubskis, right? Yes. Never punished, always lucky. Gimme. 4 more rooms and then I'll know where I need to go. You need help or something, dog? I feel kind of bad leaving you like that. There you go. Wrong way. And you know what? In classic Womb XL fashion, I could have just gone 2 rooms and found my way out. Somehow that's still a thing in the game. What are these? I think these are coins that have a chance to do something good or bad. I will be doing it every single time. This is a really, what the hell? A glass of warm milk and doing 20 minutes of stretches before going to bed. I usually have no problem sleeping until morning. Just like a baby, I wake up. Yeah, I can't read it. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I will do is though I'll blow you up. Let's get out of the womb ASAP. We handled 2 floors relatively fast here because that's really nice. That then makes it so that I can fight Hush. Do I want to fight Hush? Not really, and that's because it's scary. So that means that I will. Absolutely. I got this Empress card for a reason, right? What is that thing coming towards me? Get away, you're cheating. That's not how the Blastocyst fight works. Get away. I can't see. Help me. I gotta do roundabout strats because of that. T, +1 max heart. It's an HP up. Alright, yeah, okay, sure. I thought it would do something a little different because it was worded differently, but nope, it's just an HP up. Cool. I'm spamming my fingers off. They are going to fall off and wrinkle up and die. What do I got? Finally an angel. Finally a decent angel item, actually. Very, very good. I'll take it. Let's go. Curse of the Imp. Honestly, who knows what that does, bruh. Holy crap. Ooh. Oh, I'm taking it. I'm going up anyway for the fun of it. Treasure room on left here. Glowing hourglass. Pretty good, but Vic Heart? Is that Yick Heart or Vic Heart? Might be Yick Heart. Because, I mean, it's similar to Yum, right? And I don't know, but it gives a morbid heart on use. It's quality 4, and I'm dancing. I have to imagine it's really good. It replaces my red hearts though. I'm a little afraid of it. I am, but I'll hard commit. Conehead is great, but almost conjoined, I'll take it. And then my treasure room is Alabaster Box, which I would take, but I just picked up this Yick Heart. Pretty sure. You know what? Hold on, I could pick it up again and just double check. What is it called? It is a Yick Heart. Okay, I'm just. Let me look for a crawl space here. Where did you come from? Are you an enemy? Are you gonna hurt me in real life? No, you're a friend. Okay. A little bit of a surreal experience. Can't lie. Felt like it was gonna crawl out of the screen and come and get me. There you are. Always worth the try. Song change into undefined, and also I can't get this. I don't got the chops. Well, that's a good thing the item isn't that good. Tell you what I'll do. Empress it up. Okay, I'm going spam mode here because I do have the ability to deflect. So logically, if I ever get hit, it's purely skill issue, and I wasn't APMing fast enough. There should be no tier that actually comes in my direction. It just means that I don't have the execution. So let's test myself. I'm already tired, actually. But I'm gonna keep doing it. It's fun. Also, if I don't tap fast enough, I'm gonna end up walking, see? Into myself. So it's like if I actually don't go fast enough, I am my worst enemy. I'm playing a goddamn Mario Party minigame. Oh my god, hold on, I need to. Guys, I'm losing so much stamina. Yeah, I can't do this. It's actually it hurts. It hurts me. I'm now using 2 fingers to touch the key. I need to take a break. I don't know where this dude came from, by the way, but he's gaming. Look at that. He's doing damage. He's making Hush and stuff. Good job. I can at least rely on my Infestation 2 spawning spiders. And that'll always give me some passive damage unless I just can't kill them. That's so sick. And I'm doing a crit every now and then. Don't know from where, but that's also really nice. Halfway done with the fight. I've only taken, 2 hits now, and they were basically from myself. I'll take it. I'm gonna go back to double tap mode. I think I've taken enough of a break. Yeah, I feel it. I can do it. Just give me a second for Rush to come back up. Let's go for it. Guys, how am I supposed to do delirium with this damage? Like on the real? What's happening here? Also, I'm already tired again. How am I supposed to do delirium with this stamina? I'm gonna die. Oh, jeez. You can do it. You can do it, Fed. Well, you know what? Since it's not Repentance Plus, I might not spawn delirium. Which at this rate, I'm almost hoping for. Because that guy might destroy me. I do not know where little Fendo spawned from, but he is gaming. That and my other fiend. Thank you. Give me back my heart. Pretty please. Do they stay with me? I doubt it, but it would be fun. That absolutely destroyed my hands, by the way. Curse of the Scythe. Oh, my friends are still here. Wait, they're broken. These guys are so sick. I gotta go get my treasure room. Be completely broken. Just, you know what? Just be Eve's mascara. Just do that for me. It hurts. Yeah, it does seem that I can't lie. Aw, and my little dudes are gone. Man, they were so sick. They were doing so much damage. Can you get away? Like, what the? Is that an angel from God? What do you mean? What am I even dealing with anymore? Get away. I literally need to fend for myself. This is what a messed up situation I found myself in. There's also a shop though. Oh man. Oh, never mind. Super work. Thank goodness. This angel enemy. I mean, the other one was way harder to deal with, but they still seem annoying. Soul Heart. Red Stew. Oh my god, the one time Red Stew has Omega value. Plus 3 damage up. I'm doing damage. We gotta play really, really fast. Oh, wow, I can do damage. Look at that. Life is so good. Okay. Yo, why you hiding from me, Isaac? Come back, bro. I'm about to one cycle you because I can just tap that fast. Okay, almost. I'll take a double cycle. Nice. We gotta play so fast. This Red Stew is insane. Curse of the Swine. Okay. Hourglass. Robo Baby. That's conjoined. Nice. Dogtooth. More damage. Gimme, gimme, gimme. All of it. All of that. Nice. Wonderful. Apparently there is a crawl space somewhere here. Thanks, Dogtooth. Nice. Found it. Hurry up. We gotta go to Blue Baby ASAP. Do I care about this? Yes, I do actually. It's good enough to do. I've never seen that room before. That was really fun to do, by the way. I didn't really mention it or talk about it, but I just wanted to say like that was awesome. Yes, man. It feels so good to have some damage once again. But it is temporary. But it's lasting a long time just due to the way the scaling's working, huh? We just gotta make sure we're killing as many things as possible because it just extends Red Stew time. I think that's huge. Envy. That's exactly what we want to see. I gained damage from this room. Beelzebub's awesome. Ow. Okay, ow as well. Whatever. You got it. Super Secret Room? Yep. And? Plague of Decay grants 5 rotten hearts. Okay, sure. Sounds good to me. Should I do one room so I spawn the rotten heart thingies? No. I got so many spiders from Super Envy. I should just go and fight. I think I got this in the bag. That Red Stew just saved the entire run alone. I almost one-cycled Blue Baby before a TP. That's insane. You're not gonna give me a Delirium fight, though. Oh yeah! Big time. Hold on, let me just double check there's no more items. Only because I'm, like, 100% sure I would not be able to beat Delirium. I have damage all over again. I am maintaining my Red Stew damage. That's how fast we're clearing. All done? All done. We hit a full clear, dude. Wonderful stuff. Wasn't even afraid one time. We're all good in the neighborhood. We got Tammy's head at the end. Sure, I'll do it for fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Shoutouts to Fiendfolio. Shoutouts to you and GG, dog.
Now, have you all been trapped inside of a house before?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been trapped inside a house before where there's monsters?
This guy's good.
If you go back about a year ago on this channel, we played a game called Capture, where I was trapped inside of a house with anomalies. Same exact thing pretty much. Now today, hold on. If you guys learned how to read in school, you guys could be able to tell what this says. I'm feeling like the Hollywood movie industry the way I'm just pumping out these sequels. Press that play button. I'm not using freaking controller to tell you that right now. Puck games? I thought that said something else. Holy crap. Bro, this is like freaking Skinamarink. No way, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Photosensitivity warning. It's just like Skinamarink. That is so cool. My gosh, we're playing actually Pete games right over here, everybody. Slick language. Apparently, I read this in a previous video as Dutch, which is not Dutch. It's Deutsch, which is German. English. Yes, please. Bro, that is crazy.
Attention. If you are watching this, you may be stuck in a loop.
No.
If your house feels unfamiliar, you may be stuck in a loop. If all ceiling lights and windows are gone, you may be stuck.
That's the
in a
plot of
loop.
Skinamarink.
If any of these apply, please listen carefully to the following information. It seems your only means of communication with the outside world is through your video camera. We can view your recordings just as you can view this broadcast. Each time you enter a new loop, there are small changes in your house. Do not overlook any anomalies and make sure to capture them
like
on
the last game,
camera.
like the last game.
Each one is linked to a room, and you need to fully stand within it to capture the anomaly. Do not interact with any...
Who is that? Who is that? Slender Man, but it's like Slender Boy. I got a little bit of goosebumps. Not full goosebumps, just like half goosebumps. Woo! Hello everybody, my name is Thriftfest. Welcome to Capture 2. Now you guys already saw the intro. Let's waste no time. Press that play button. Difficulty. Yeah, let's go hard. Let's go. Let's press start. Missing person Emily Carter.
Hi, Rose.
Oh my gosh, that scared the frick out of me.
Emily. Where you just woke up screaming, there's a man in the closet. Isn't that right? Okay.
Why's she like making fun
Don't
of me?
scream this time.
There's gonna be
Let's have a
nobody in the
look.
closet. Watch.
Boom!
Scared the crap out of little me back there.
No. Just close.
Mmm.
So next time, you can just watch this video instead.
Emily, what was that, Emily? What
Rose?
was that?
What just
That was crazy. That actually scared the crap out of me.
Dad?
That's not Dad, Emily.
No!
Let me guess, it transitions into the gameplay right here. Emily, I'd be asking myself, why is there plants growing in my house? Emily doesn't give a frick. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I gotta make it to where y'all can see the anomalies. All right. Now, if there's anything like the first game, you gotta keep your eyes peeled, you guys. I've said this since like day one. The reason why I've never played like the gosh, what are those games called? There's like 8 of them. They're like the catch the anomaly games. It's like FNAF on the cameras. I just suck at detecting if stuff moves, bro. The most obvious implication of this, y'all were putting me a skillet on high heat in the last video because I like while playing the last Poppy Playtime chapter, I was like, oh, they're turning kids into animals. That was just the plot line of the entire story. It took me 5 chapters to realize it. Guys, my media literacy is not the greatest, you guys. Cut me some slack. Grab, push doors, zoom. Yeah, they give you a toggle flashlight. Oh.
Oh, hi.
If you can briefly look around the house, something seems off. All windows and ceiling lights are gone. That's such a cool freaking thing. I love that concept. This is the default loop, and it does not contain any anomalies. So there's our little study chance. Okay, any chance the environment? Okay. All right. So it's not an anomaly. It's not the anomaly. It's not the anomaly that the faces are missing in the photos. Yeah. There's just no faces. Okay. Are they gonna bring that little Sesame Street monster back? I kind of liked that guy. He was fun to play with.
What the frick?
Your default loop may contain locked doors. These rooms will become accessible in later days. Demo only includes day 1. Okay. This is so wild, bro. You know what's crazy about this game too, everybody? Like a few months ago, I was walking around my house with the lights off with a flashlight like this. I know, really weird activity. I think it's because like the power went out or something. Something like that had happened. I was like, bro, if a horror game got the flashlight right, it would be like 10 times more scary. Literally, the game does it right here. Miss Taki. Takis? Oh, this is the room from the beginning. Yeah. Got the infamous Town Roads playmat. Doing some studying. Okay. Goodness, we're studying geography and I'm like 8 years old. We got a smart little gerb. Unsafe in sound. Hello? Control to move silently. When the noise indicator appears, your voice and game sounds can be heard. Sprinting for too long will exhaust your stamina for a few seconds. Control. Oh, I'm moving like the president. Alright, what's up? I'm showing your mom to start putting up like decorations of like concrete and trees. And then I got sprinting. Okay. Yeah. Alright, for reference for future Max, 1997, okay. The initial loop is just like a normal house. Nothing out of the ordinary. I know it's gonna start the second loop once I go in here. Okay, let's go. Okay, so something seems off about this. I don't really know what it is though. And then I'm gonna use anomaly unselected. Press E to select and correct anomaly type. Object. Oh, you have locked in your section. All anomalies remain until you exit the loop. The anom counter shows the amount of captured anomalies. You must capture 6 total anomalies to escape day 1. Okay, easy. Okay, so they're starting it off pretty easy. Nothing crazy. Yeah, everything here seems normal. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my god. I know my house pretty well, bro. What's the guy talking about, bro? Scared the crap out of me. Thank goodness I went number 2 before. No. I know no shot actually would have just soiled my trousers. That scared the frick out of me, bro. Okay, and then I remember from the first game, that thing like talks to you. It gives you like, it's honestly, he's giving good comms. The thing will give good comms. It'll be like, University of Florida. I've been to Florida a couple times. Is he gonna keep talking to me? You gotta give me a heads up if you're gonna start talking, bro. Okay, scan and drains your batteries. Look for new batteries. Okay. Oh my gosh, the windows are gone. That's so crazy, bro. I remember when I was watching some TikToks initially when Skinamarink like first blew up. When they mentioned that the kids were stuck in the house with no battery. Like, by the way, Skinamarink is a movie about these 2 kids trapped in a house with no doors or windows. That is the scariest plot ever. I love it. Good morning. Alright, good night. So he's knocking on the freaking door. I hate how quiet this game is. I probably have some background music running right now. If I do, Max, cut it out and just like raise the ambience. Let's listen to what I'm listening to real quick. Ready? This is all I'm hearing, everybody. Get a little goosebumps. Yeah. See? Okay, you can cut it back. It's for that viewer retention, you guys. If you guys are too scared, you're just not gonna watch the video. What if you wanted to look outside, but the anomaly said no? Okay, I only found 1 anomaly out of 6. That's a little weird. Am I supposed to find any more? Or is anybody feeling a little bit like Swimmy today? Exiting a loop confirms your captured anomalies. Missing or incorrectly selected anomalies will reset your anom counter. Oh, I remember that. If you, like, select them wrong, it's like, okay, restart, buddy. Would it be a room scale anomaly? Would it be, what is that? Water? Yeah, that's definitely water. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. I died by ring-a-ding. They gotta change that day, bro. That's stupid. They should call him, like, telephone or something. Run away from his path, stay out of the hallway. Bro, did you think I tried to run towards him? I'm seeing stars, bro. Alright. Everybody chill out. Everybody chill the frick out. Alright. If I start speaking his language, will he talk back to me nicely? Okay, this is weird, everybody. This is weird. I don't remember this being here. What the freak? There's not like a porta potty anomaly object. Okay. Is the guy in my ear in here? See, I know these guys. These like 5th dimensional entities. He's like taking a number 3 right now. You see? You chill out, buddy. You get it done in there. I'm not gonna bother you anymore, okay? Well, that scared the frick out of me, dude. See, and the reason, every horror game I've noticed this, bro. Some horror games do this really well, some horror games suck at this. If you get the atmosphere right, anything you do can scare the crap out of the player. There's no sounds playing right now. No squad, everything's gonna scare the crap out of me. If I'm going from no sound to every sound, you know, when I look around, I think I'm just gonna... When I look around, I think I'm gonna hear the sound. But if I get scared, I might frown. Oh, yeah, the sound isn't loud. Okay, alright. 1 anomaly, okay. I gotta make it all the way to 6. Gosh, I can't stand how quiet this game is. Okay, I think that's new. I don't remember that being there. That's weird, that's weird, that's weird. I'm playing this game with like forward posture, bro. Why is my game stuttering, bro? I think something's gonna happen. And what's crazy about this? I'm playing as a character right now, and guess what? That's new. I don't remember that. Alright, y'all, there's a reason why I don't play these games. And my character's just been completely silent. There's no like screaming, no like, oh, what's going on in here? Oh no! No! Oh gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, I'm begging for mercy, bro. I'm begging for mercy. Oh my gosh, dude. I can't stand this freaking game, bro. I've been recording for 16 minutes, you guys. You guys might get like a 7-minute video today. Stay out of the hallway. What the frick do you want me to do? See, oh man, the thing that this game gets just right is you have to be like studying the screen to find the anomalies, but then when Mr. Ring-a-Ding appears, you gotta like start running away. Frick all that, bro. God, it's been a long time since I started begging for mercy when a scare happens. I was actually pleading for my life. All right, this is definitely an anomaly. What would that be? Object for sure. 100. All right, I think everything's good. I think they do 1, then 2, then 3. All right. Now, everybody, clench your smiggins, okay? If we know anything about the game, on Anomaly 2 is when Ring-a-Ding starts ringing the phone. Bro. Dude, I no joke. I feel my guts turning, bro. I just used the bathroom. But I might need to use it one more time. I just had a very plentiful serving of oatmeal. I don't think I let it adjust. Okay. Is he gonna do a round 2? I don't think so. All right, where's this another anomaly at? Open the gosh darn door, Emily. Bro, this game's taking me off, bro.
It has been 5.5 months since 26 children vanished without a trace. Since then, more than 100 unexplained disappearances have been reported across the state. The only lead so far comes in the form of videotapes. Jason, last seen on July 11th in his family home,
wait, I'm gonna be next.
mysteriously disappeared from his bedroom. Days later, his family discovered new footage recorded by Jason himself on their home camera.
Look, the two
Police
eyes.
began investigating video and audio devices found in other victims' homes, uncovering
Yup.
tapes from 7 more
Slender
missing
boy.
individuals.
That's
In
me,
the
that's my
recordings,
camera.
The victims appear trapped inside their own homes. Missing windows, distorted pictures, and disturbing
right,
anomalies
we get it, we
are
get
a
it.
common theme across all the recordings.
Electronic.
Authorities have now released a statement urging the
All right, you gotta call people if that's happening. Yeah, no. Emily's seeing that number right now. She's going, I'm not doing that crap. What do y'all think they're gonna throw at us this time? Did I do another bullcrap with that freaking ring-a-ding guy? Who decides, yeah, let me turn the telephone into an enemy? Frick off with that. I got high ground right now, you guys. This is a tactic they don't share about very much. All right. I'm gonna hurt myself so badly if I stay up there. Hold on. I don't remember the house having 2 floors. Was? Yo! Ring-a-ding is messing with me, bro. All right, let's go. Is that ring-a-ding? Backrooms. Hello?
Emily?
Hi, Dad.
Emily, sweetheart, God, I hope you can hear this.
Yes?
The police took your tapes. They're looking into them. There were others as well. Other kids.
Yep.
But most don't have tapes.
I got video evidence.
Other parents said to try calling our home number. They said
Uh-huh.
they were able to communicate through voicemail.
Uh-huh.
You got this, kiddo. We miss you. Your sister asks me every day. I just don't know what to say. We can't lose you too.
Wait, I thought I was the...
Find a way back, Dad.
Okay, this may be like a Poppy Playtime bro finally figured it out situation. But did I not just go missing? I feel like he would be like, hey, like, where are you, sweetie? I guess they're already caught up with it. All right, hold on. I have to focus real quick because this could scare the crap out of me. Somebody turn on a faucet. Hey, if y'all wanted to have a little fun, now's the time. Get me on this sucker, bro. Emily, if you're stuck in the backrooms, might have a little fun. Bro, oh my gosh, it just reminded me, Kane Pixel's Backrooms movie is coming soon. I am so hyped for that crap, man. That is gonna be so awesome. This water's like super chill for it being a water slide. It's just like a calm little river stream that I'm in here. Oh shoot! Now we full on transition to a Backrooms game. Hey, I'm not complaining. Subliminal type energy right now. Yeah, room scale anomaly. Deformed room maybe? Oh yeah, that counts, that's legit. What does this say up here? In case of equipment failure, out of order, pool party. All right, which one am I feeling? Oh wait, it says use res one, okay. Res one, hello. Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Yeah, I'm feeling it. Is it gonna put the little filter back on the camera? I liked how it was like all grainy and stuff. I'm picking a frickin' speed. Here we are. Okay, shh. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm the frick down. Is this another room scale anomaly? No. Yeah. Oh, wait, I need to... Is this not another anomaly? I think I do it one at a time. There's like people in the slides. All right, everybody calm down, They got tile on the ceiling. Okay. I think it's trying to tell me something. What does that say? No exit near. Oh, these red signs everywhere. What? Oh, we're back in the freaking house. Cha-ching. Give me that money. Give me that crown. Okay, next exit. Does that mean telephone next exit? Let's see. There's like more and more plants and stuff. Thanks. Okay. I think we're good. Did I scare you? Sorry. That's weird, everybody. What is this? That's definitely object. Oh, I counted. Let's frickin' go, bro. I'm moving crazy. See, I went. What the frick is that? This dude's name is Wonky. Stay quiet. What? Okay, no, actually thinking about this now, this is actually the dream bathroom, y'all. The game be like, do the exact opposite of what you want to do to stay safe right here. Alright, come on, we got it this time. Okay, I gotta get serious about this now. The frick? I'm like doing 360s and crap. 3FS moving crazy. 3FS moving crazy. What's different? What's different? What's different? Bro, frick off! Room scale.
Quit turning on the light.
Room scale? It's a lamp. Alright, focus, everybody, focus. Oh my frickin' goodness, you're gonna stay in that shower. If I had a weapon right now, I'd blast 30 shots to this. Go ahead and take a hot, steamy shower, why don't you? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna quit the frickin' game. I'm gonna quit the frickin' game, bro. I cannot stand this gosh darn game. I hate this game. I did not know he activated the frickin' boosters when he decided to go. He is not messing around, everybody. Whatever these demons have against me, bro, I must be a crazy contender. I'm Jesus' #1 soldier. Okay, that's weird. Something used to be there. I like how the dude was like saying run, like I was gonna run towards it. Oh crap, I need some batteries. Does anybody have any batteries? Bro, the game's actually making me sick. I'm getting so scared right now. This game's fricked up, everybody. Alright, I guess I gotta pray for batteries next room. Please tell me that was right. Ah, I forgot, like, the first rendition of this game was actually really difficult. You had to, like, really pay attention right now. And my missing object. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's not a missing room. Oh my gosh, I selected the last thing as something that wasn't missing room. Okay, I just gotta read the list, bro. Me when 3FS just like doesn't pay attention to anything in the game and I get something wrong. Holy crap, I'm sorry, y'all. I do that quite often. Clumsy. Holy crap. Game's like reading me like a book. What? That's actually crazy. Wait till these games just start like... I'm going triple search mode. I'm going triple search mode. I was on double search mode before. I might have to bunch it up to quadruple. Oh crap, I just wore out all my battery for no reason. Goodness. Me when I was Z. Can you open doors? You can't open doors. Frickin' loser. Alright. Crap, we're recording like a YouTube video in here? Hello? Go to a production set. That's cool. That's cool. I really like that actually. When your boy uses your whole room to record his movie. Top 10 most relatable scenarios. We're on 4 out of 6, alright? If the game was gonna start rolling the dice, they're gonna do it now. Oh my gosh, freebie. Anomaly detected.
Scared sucker.
If any of my guys out there need to go #1, you have a plethora selection, okay? Beware. The enemies are gonna start moving like crazy. Oh my gosh, batteries. I'm a battery fiend. I might start eating them. Tasty. I'm feeling confident. 5 out of 6, 5 out of 6. Nope.
Sight.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Alright, now. I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna double check this as far as I've ever gotten. I think I'm good. Oh my gosh, this is all the marbles. This is all the frickin' marbles. 3FS going beast mode. Oh my gosh. This is it. Alright. There's gonna be some enemy. They do some bullcrap, dude. I swear. That's object. You have captured the requirement and to finish the day. Okay, top 10 best reading performances of 2026. Nothing. Will Byers has been in here. Let's gotta be lighting. That's gotta be lighting. What? What? 7 out of 6. Do not reverse those numbers. Do not reverse those numbers.
Hey, kiddo. It's been a year.
It's been a year, Daddy.
For us. At least for you. Just a day. At least that's what the investigators told us.
What, a year?
I sent in some tapes. Kids seem to forget things.
Oh no.
Like that place is slowly wiping their memories.
Oh no.
But you got this.
My dad doesn't sound like he
your
cares
sister and
anymore.
I are waiting for you to get back. Don't forget that.
What? My dad doesn't even care anymore. That's crazy. So I think that's how it worked in Skinamarink 2, where like the universe is like just separated from time. Holy moly. Man, let's get some props for the dev. Puck Redflix. Solo developing this game. Wow. Make sure to Steam wishlist, everybody. This game's gonna be freaking crazy. Alrighty, guys. Well, if you did enjoy that short of video of me playing Capture 2 and you would like to see me play the full game, you won't have to beg in the comments. I'll for sure be returning to this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to comment your favorite timestamp down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Au revoir, my friends. Peace.
It's that time again where I drop trousers and plant a stinky one on Burger King. It is unbelievable how often I make fun of this company. I believe they have some of the worst fast food in the world. Your money would be better spent buying rats to eat than their food. It is just absolutely terrible. But the thing that keeps me shooting spitballs at them is they are addicted to awful, awful decisions. They're like the Ubisoft of fast food. They're just incapable of even accidentally stumbling into a good decision for their business, at least in America. Every time I mention this and go on this rant on stream, there's always someone like Clockwork that says, but Charles, that's only in the States. Internationally, Burger King is serving up some high quality cuisine. You know, what's better than serving up smiles? It's like, okay, I guess I can't speak for the quality of Burger King outside of America, but every Burger King in America is a fucking hate crime when it comes to food. It's terrible. It's terrible. And now their most recent announcement is probably their stupidest one yet, which is, that's an accomplishment. That is actually an achievement. I cannot believe Burger King found a way to get stupider, but they did it. That orb of confusion working overtime over there at the Burger King HQ.
Good morning, Patty.
Would you want an AI voice in your headset all day at work, built to assist you?
Looks like the women's restroom needs cleaning.
But also potentially listening in on your interactions with customers.
Thank God, finally! An AI assistant that can jack into the headset of all Burger King employees to act like their fucking mother saying, hey, did you remember to clean the bathroom? Go lick the shitters clean, please. Burger King demands it. And then also monitoring your speech to ensure you are saying please and thank you enough times per day. Excellent. This is what everyone's been begging for. This is probably the most desperate attempt to ham-fist AI into a corporation to try and see any kind of like clawback on money, because I bet Burger King's already lost quite a bit investing in AI and somewhere in their pipeline, so they're like, okay, let's check for please and thank yous, and then anyone who's not, you know, pinky up saying please and thank you to every customer will just fucking fire. And they're trying to frame this as a friendliness coach. My left butt cheek, a friendliness coach, all it's doing is reminding them to do chores and monitoring their speech. It's going to be used as a tool of fear, because if you don't say please and thank you enough, or go, you know, shove your head in the toilet and give yourself a swirly when AI Patty at Burger King tells you to do so, you might lose your job. How is this coaching you in any way, shape, or form? This is outrageous. And also, believe it or not, Burger King's biggest issue isn't the lack of manners and friendliness. You know, it's not because they're devoid of pleases and thank yous. That's not why people avoid Burger King like the plague. It's because they literally serve up the plague on a bun. They serve you sewage. They serve you radioactive sludge. If Burger King wants to improve customer satisfaction, work on your fucking menu, not the pleases and thank yous from your employees.
Well, that's what a new tool at Burger King plans to do, and it's causing quite a stir. The company's chief digital officer telling The Verge the new BK AI, named Patty, was listening for certain words like please and thank you, so managers could see how their staff was performing on friendliness.
The chief digital officer over there at Burger King is a damn clown. Well, this is so fucking stupid. What in tarnation? Imagine everything goes wrong in your life and you unfortunately go to the Burger King drive-thru because every other fast food place is burnt down for some reason. So you're in the Burger King drive-thru and you're communicating with the worker and they just keep saying please over and over and over again. And you pull up to the window and you see sweat pouring down their face. You know, they're fucking panic in their eyes because they've got Patty in their headset threatening their life. If there's not enough pleases in there, they're gonna stop their heart or something, like blow up their brain like it's Suicide Squad. You only said please 15 times during that interaction. I'm sorry, Doug. This is the end of the line. Their fucking head pops.
Burger King providing NBC News with this video showing off the new tool.
Is there anything that needs my immediate attention? The team's friendliness scores this morning were the highest this week.
Yeah! New record for the friendliness score! We did it, Burger King employees! We're super friendly! Thank you, AI assistant Patty, for keeping everyone in line and coaching us on how to say please and thank you enough. We saved Burger King!
The company telling us in a statement that the tool, listening for keywords, was used in limited pilot restaurants.
This is anonymized data, so it is not tied back to an employee.
Let me interrupt you there. No, it's not. You're full of shit. You're full of fucking dog shit, actually. There's no such thing as anonymized data in the current day and age. Everything you interact with, everything you use, and it's certainly every AI spy that they're jacking into your fucking headset is collecting data. No doubt in my mind. I don't even know why you're bothering to try and spin that baloney. Everyone knows that's not true, brother. What the fuck is even the point in trying to hide it? There's no punishments for it or anything anymore. Just say it with your whole chest. Everyone knows. It's despicable, but that's the state of the world right now.
And it's really a coaching tool. It's about ensuring that we raise the hospitality for the overall restaurant.
The company also saying, we believe hospitality is fundamentally human.
Fundamentally human, you say? Why are you using AI to teach it then? Oh, this hospitality thing, fundamentally human. Which is why we brought in Jarvis over here that can blow up your asshole if you don't say please enough to teach you how to be human. That makes a lot of sense there, Chief Digital Clown. Good work.
You could call it the friendly wars in retail.
The customer interaction matters. And for evidence of this, just take a look at the success of Chick-fil-A. A lot of people, when they talk about Chick-fil-A, don't actually talk about their chicken sandwiches. They talk about how the employees greet them.
What world are you living in, Buster? When people talk about Chick-fil-A, they are often talking about the food. Them having to say, my pleasure, like fucking corporate drones, is not necessarily something people love about the experience. I don't know real human beings, like real non-bot people that go to Chick-fil-A and really feel like butterflies in their tummy and get tingly and excited when they say my pleasure when they get served by the Chick-fil-A employee. They are forced to say that. Like, that makes it a non-genuine interaction. That makes it insincere. The reason Chick-fil-A is successful is not because they say my pleasure, it's because the food is very high quality compared to other options, like fucking Burger King, for example. Like, this is ridiculous. And improving the friendliness score of Burger King isn't the secret ingredient here, the chemical X to save the business, man. There's only like one spot worse on the planet for food than Burger King, and that's Long John Silver's. Like, if you go to Long John Silver's and you try and eat the whole menu, you're basically committing suicide. So that is like the lowest food can go, and Burger King is just barely above that. And no amount of friendliness is going to change people's want to be in Burger King. Like, Long John Silver's could offer you a blowjob every time you walk through the doors, and people probably still wouldn't go if they also had to order food to receive it, because it's not worth it. It doesn't matter how friendly they are. Is it a nice thing if the employees are like really friendly and customers feel like they had a joyful experience or whatever? Yeah, that's cool. Like Culver's, I've always mentioned. Culver's is my favorite fast food place. I think their food is extremely good. And I've only had a positive experience there. Like the first time I ever went to Culver's, the manager or whatever came up and apologized for the long wait for my fucking chicken tendies, even though it only been like 2 minutes. I didn't even realize I was waiting. Like I had placed the order and then I sat on my phone for like what felt like 10 seconds. The guy came over and was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry this took so long. Here's a little gift card for some custard and stuff. I'm super sorry for the wait. It's almost ready." I was like, "Brother, I didn't realize I was waiting. It's no big deal, man." And like he was super nice, and like every time I've been to Culver's, everyone's been great. But that's not the reason I keep going back. It's because the food is really good. That's just a nice little perk, I suppose. But the food is the reason why I keep going back to Culver's, and that's going to be the same song and dance across the board. And like the difference is, when it feels organic, it's significantly better when it's forced by Burger King's AI patty that's jacked into their cerebral cortex, forcing them to say please and thank you out of fear for being fired. Like, if you're trying to create a positive atmosphere, it should probably start with the employees, I would say, more so than the customers. If the employees are happy and having fun, the friendliness score might just naturally boost because, well, maybe then it'll be a better environment that they'll want to interact more positively with customers as opposed to being forced under the corporate thumb to do so. It's so dumb. This whole idea of an AI assistant being used to coach employees on how to be friendly. It's outrageous, it's absurd, it's fucking gross. What a completely useless use of AI for the sake of having AI in Burger King. I cannot believe how dumb Burger King is, man. It blows my mind. So anyway, just wanted to insult them again for the millionth time because they keep doing absolute garbage like this. That's about it. See ya. Good news for Scream fans, there's a new movie out. Bad news for anyone who likes good movies, it's not a good one. It's here though. Scream 7. The disgust you felt watching me do that is about how disgusted you'll be wasting your time and money watching this film. Most people don't like this movie. Most of their reviews aren't overly positive. I just watched it. I am also in that camp now. I didn't find a whole lot to like about it. We're just gonna dive right in, get into the weeds. So here's your spoiler warning. The best part of this film is the first like 15 minutes. The scene that you see plastered on the trailers, that is by far the best content in the film. It's the intro, where you have two people in a house, and it's, you know, the house, and guess what? Ghostface is there and he kills them. And it's actually pretty tense. It's also pretty charming. Like, you actually care more about those two characters in that house than any of the other characters that you spend the rest of the movie with. They did a better job making you care about those two, connect with them, and actually root for them than any of the other characters you see from that point forward. Every character that you meet outside of, like, the core characters of Sydney and Gale, and here's your big spoiler, but I'm sure most of you have probably already seen this because it got leaked before the film came out. Stu, played by Matthew Lillard, also makes an appearance in this movie. Outside of these three characters, everyone else that you meet is the biggest throwaway nothing burger of just generic writing ever that just ticks off boxes of buzzwords without ever exploring anything about these characters, and you get actually nothing. They are just meat balloons waiting to be popped by the Ghostface killer. That's it. Like, even Sydney's daughter, Tatum, like, the relationship between Sydney and Tatum is hardly explored. Like, now Sydney's an overprotective parent, Tatum kind of resents her for that, and now she's, like, kind of rebellious, but they never actually even really talk or connect through a shared experience until, like, the very end, kind of. It's just, like, all of a sudden, like, Mom, this is really fucked up stuff you've been through, and now that I've been subjected to it, man, I really get why you were so protective all these years. It's like, oh, okay. Glad that resolved. But, like, there's never anything built up with, like, any of these characters or their relationships to one another. And every character that is introduced in this film, every new character, I shit you not, is here solely to be killed. You get nothing of substance with them. They get killed, and some of the kills are actually pretty decent. Like, especially in the tavern, there's a couple, like, moments in there that was like, oh, that was a really silly kill, but, like, self-aware silly. But, like, the character that dies, you probably don't even remember the fucking name of. Like, they are the most... Like, they have one character trait. Like, for example, Lucas is the creepy guy. He's obsessed with horror films and the story of Sidney Prescott, so could he be Ghostface? Or is he just a obsessed weirdo guy? And then they also introduce two new characters that are working with Gale, and they're, like, reporters, and they're into, like, true crime and stuff, so they're investigating all of this, and they're doing, like, it could be Tatum's boyfriend. Or it could be Creepy Guy, but Creepy Guy, maybe a little too obvious. Creepy Guy loves this a little too much. Maybe Creepy Guy could be Ghostface. That kind of thing where it's supposed to be self-aware, but it's very clearly written by a 60-year-old man who clearly has no idea how people actually talk, so it's just really embarrassing and cringe to listen to. But anyway, like, every character that gets introduced has one personality trait, and it is all they do, and that's it. You get nothing else. They hardly interact with each other, and when they do, it's very stiff and very bland, and then they die. And like I said, some of the kills are interesting, but that's all they do is just die. So this whole film is just, here's a kill in a sequence that isn't really intense. The sequences aren't that intense outside of the first 15 minutes. That ends with a kill that may be satisfying, or maybe it's just they got stabbed and died. There's a couple of those. But, like, Ghostface racks up quite a kill count here. The KD ratio went ballistic, and yet not a single kill felt like it mattered at all. Because also, the main characters, like Tatum, forget about all of her friends. All of her friends die. They are brutally murdered. And she actually even witnessed her boyfriend getting stabbed to death. And she basically forgets all about it by the time the credits roll, and even drops like a hard one-liner saying, I'm Sidney fucking Prescott's daughter. It's like, okay. Wow. This was quite a turnaround. What about all your friends and your boyfriend that has all been murdered? Like, I guess... whatever. We'll wipe her ass with that, I guess. It's just crazy how little they actually tried with any character in this movie at all. And I think it's important to have characters that you actually want to see survive. Otherwise, you're just watching a montage of kills and sequences that aren't exactly amazing most of the time. And nothing else. There's really just nothing of substance here. Anyway, though, I mentioned Matthew Lillard makes a return to this film. Kind of. This movie has some baffling decisions. Like, actually, shockingly dog shit ones. So one of the things is AI. And the way Matthew Lillard reprises his role as Stu is, you know in the trailer where it says, oh, I'm not hiding, Sydney, not this time. Well, in the film, he then follows it up with a FaceTime call, and it's Stu. It's Matthew Lillard as Stu talking to her. So then the question becomes, is someone deepfaking this? Or is Stu really alive? So then her and Gale start investigating, and they're starting to piece the puzzle together. They go to an insane asylum because one of the Ghostface killers that they actually were able to kill, Gale hit him with a car, like literally a joke moment where Gale just flattens this fucking guy. They get out and they're like, oh, vehicular manslaughter. Didn't expect that today. They just murdered a guy. It was Ghostface, obviously, but they kill this guy, they unmask him, and everyone just goes, who the fuck is that? And it's just some escaped psychotic guy from the loony bin who, I guess, just out of nowhere decided he wanted to kill Sidney Prescott and her family, kill the daughter, kill the husband, kill everyone as Ghostface. So they tie it back to the insane asylum. The the ward, and that's when they talked to one of the guys there who was like, oh yeah, no, that guy, he was a bad guy, but he was also friends with that guy on your phone you just showed me a picture of. That's John. So now they're like, oh my god, Stu's really alive, it's John. But they're also still not entirely convinced, so Tatum, her boyfriend, forgot his name, Ben? It might be Ben. I don't know, it's either Ben or fucking Jerichomo or something, I have no idea. It shows what a good job this movie did of making you actually pay attention to these characters or care about them. But they've said multiple times that this guy, her boyfriend, is really good with technology, so it could be him deep-faking Stu, because it's really unlikely Stu's still alive. And then Tatum even discovers that he was deep-faking himself as Stu, and he's like, wait, no, I can explain, babe. I was just seeing if the technology can do that, if it's even possible, and she beats him with a laptop. Turns out, wasn't him. He really was just seeing if it was AI. He dies in the next scene. Completely worthless. Again, completely worthless. And every single time these characters are together, it's a battle of who can make the dumbest decisions fastest. So all these characters, all of her friends, and even like the investigative reporters that work with Gale, when they are interacting with the group of friends, they all just make the worst decisions and even call out how stupid their decisions are while making them right before dying. And it's like, okay, that doesn't make it better. It's still just annoying to watch. It's so tropey, and at this point, it's just lazy. Like, you know it's lazy, but you don't care. You're just fucking sending it. Like, you're insulting the intelligence of the audience. It doesn't make up for trash. It's crazy how dumb the decisions are. For example, like, Tatum, when she's getting ganked by Ghostface and her mom's on the phone, it's like, you gotta shoot him through the wall, shoot him now. And she shoots him a bunch and he goes down. Well, she then, like, unblockades the door and goes out to try and finish the job, and then that's when she gets captured. But it's like, why did you bother doing that? You just saw shooting him through the wall worked. If you want to finish him off, just keep shooting him through the wall, I guess. Just dump the mag. You don't have to go out there and put yourself in danger again. And in the theater, the entire auditorium just sighed collectively when she started moving, like, the furniture away from the door to go out there. Because it was just very obvious what was going to happen next. And, like, decisions like that happen constantly in this movie. Constantly. Now, anyway, by far, the worst moment of this film is the ending. The entire ending. Like, the last 10-ish minutes or so. Actually, it's closer to 20 because the villain gives an extremely long-winded monologue. Because it turns out it was 3 Ghostface killers, and you don't know fucking anything about any of them. They are random people. So, one of them is the guy from the asylum that got hit by the car, and it turns out he was friends with 2 other people in that asylum. A woman and a man. The guy I don't remember the name of, but he was like an employee there, and they befriended each other, and then loved Stab, which plays a crucial role in here, because half of this film is dedicated to just regurgitating everything that happened in previous Scream films, just lore dropping everything that happened. So even if you've never seen a Scream film, you probably know scene for scene, bar for bar, what happened in Scream 1, because they do not shut the fuck up about it and just dropping all this nostalgia bait and everything, and even making a mention of, yeah, you know, if I was making a new slasher film, I would be doing a lot of nostalgia baiting. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly what this whole film has been. That doesn't make it better. There's still nothing here. Like, they even call it out and still do it. It's so annoying. It's not meta. It's just lazy. Anyway, though, this guy's going through, like, how much they love the, you know, Stab, everything that happened with the Prescott story. And then the other friend is Jessica, who's actually Sydney's neighbor, a family friend. And it turns out she had an abusive husband and became obsessed with the story of Sydney Prescott through, like, her book and everything. And eventually worked up the courage to kill her husband, and then resented Sydney because she didn't go to New York and thought she was, like, you know, weak for it. And then she became just crazy and checked herself into an asylum where she met the other 2. And they cooked up this plan to basically make Sydney 2.0, or, you know, kill Sydney, that kind of thing. It's a stupid fucking conclusion where they reveal the killers. It was very, very awful. And I also think most people are going to guess that the guy at the insane asylum that they meet, who was like a weirdo briefly, where he talked about John, I think most people will be like, yeah, that guy's probably in on it in some way, because they made that pretty fucking obvious. But I don't think anyone will expect how stupid it is. And it turns out, prior to working at that asylum, he was like a Google engineer or something with AI, which is how he was deep faking Stu's face onto his videos and Jessica's videos that they were interacting with Sydney on. It sucks, man. And also, there's a big point about you have to shoot them in the head. That's what Sydney keeps telling to Tatum, her daughter. Shoot them in the head. Because if you don't, they're like zombies. They always survive. And that happens actually 3 times, I think. Of them getting shot everywhere but the head. And then they just disappear and they're still alive. So they act like they are literally zombies. Movie sucks. The movie's just not very good. Like I said, the first 15 minutes, I actually was very surprised that anyone was like shitting on this film, because like, this is a very solid 15 minutes. I'm really enjoying this so far. And then after that, it became very clear the big problem with this movie. All the problems became very clear. And I'm just shocked that this is the film they released, to be honest, because Scream's always been pretty solid. I haven't really watched the Scream movie and been like, damn, that was terrible. Until this one. This one really had me go, damn, that just wasn't very good. So yeah, anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
You guys should just remove mending. It would be funny. People would lose their minds. Oh, hey, Jeb. It's good to see you around. You seem to be very active on Blue Sky, which is really good. I think there needs to be a lot more communication from the Mojang developers and the player base, because there seems to be a big disconnect, especially with something that's going on that has been going on in the last 3 weeks. Okay, so if you've been following the channel for the last several months, you would know that I'm starting to get really into the survival aspect of Minecraft again. Yeah, I know. I'm playing survival, which I feel is kind of pertinent because there's a lot of debate going on right now about mending and anvils. Hi Jeb, have you ever considered removing or adjusting the anvil level cap? It can feel a bit punishing in late game, so I was wondering if there are any plans around that. With which Jeb replies, not really, but I don't know what will happen in the future. The purpose of the cap is that all items are intended to be impermanent. Mending is a different issue. This discussion goes on for a long time, and I'll be here for hours if I was going to read all of that to you, so I'll leave the link of the thread in the description. Okay, so let's first of all talk about progression in Minecraft, because it's really important to understand what players normally do when they join a world, and that is they trap a bunch of villagers. And so let's do that. Now granted, this is not something that everyone does, but it's the quickest and easiest way of getting the best items in the game. I already have a couple of lecterns here. This is perfect. This is actually a really good village. You have your lecterns, and you just spam them down until you get the trade that you want. We're just gonna keep on going here. Power 4, not bad, but we're not looking for power 4 because that can be obtained in other means. We're trying to get the one trade that everyone does this for. Looting 3. See, there are some trades here that are good, but you can normally get them through enchantment tables, which you obviously use to reduce the cost on an anvil in the early stage of the game. But mending is the one trade that applies to every single equipment with durability, which is why everyone does this. We'll see how long this axe lasts, and that will be our counter for how many times I've replaced this lectern. I almost replaced this lectern because it took so long. We finally have bending for 12 emeralds, which is a good price. And this axe is down to 167 out of 250. So 80 tries to get this thing. Bit of sugarcane over here. So now this guy is a mending villager. Then what happens is this guy gets infected. You heal him. His trades become 1. You may recognize this machine over here. Would have consistently duped the tripwire hooks, which you then trade with Fletchers right here. Alternatively, any farm allows you to mass produce sticks, and then you RNG the heck out of a villager to get the trades you need, which then becomes infinitely worse the more enchantments Mojang adds to the game. Here's your anvil. I mean, no one does this, but I'm going to put mending on an iron pickaxe. And now this tool is essentially unbreakable. Here is the problem though. Jeb has just openly admitted to us that the Mojang philosophy for the game is that all items are intended to be impermanent. First of all, I'm going to put mending on this thing. There is a far more optimal way to do this, but I want to hit the anvil cap. The moment you have all these villagers in a line, a perfect farming system, you essentially have infinite levels, which is exactly why this anvil cap exists. It is to prevent the application of all these levels onto any singular tool. So let's assume I have 100 levels. Now I'm going to apply sharpness 5, fire respect 2, knockback 2, looting 3, sweeping edge 3, and then if I try to put unbreaking on it, it says too expensive. And that is because if I try to do it here, it would cost me 66 freaking levels. The cost to repair exponentially increases. Okay, so not everyone obviously uses all of these enchantments. Sometimes knockback 2 is not a good thing. There are optimal strategies to minimize the amount of levels required, so this is a Minecraft enchantment calculator. Let's say you have no enchantments on the sword, and you want to apply sharpness, fire respect, knockback, looting, mending, sweeping edge, unbreaking. Press calculate, and there is your enchantment sequence, which necessitates combining books and then applying them to the sword immediately after, with a total of only 49 levels required. So let's do this again. Fire respect 2, combine the books, looting on the left, knockback 2 on the right. If you decide to reverse them, it actually increases the cost, so you don't want to do that. There are intrinsic values attached to each enchantment. Combine these two, sharpness and mending. Once again, if you reverse it, you've got an enchantment cost of 5. Combine the sword with the book, reducing the number of times you enchant the sword itself. And finally, sweeping edge with unbreaking, and then you combine that with the sword. That's only costing you 17 levels. And look at that, we've only used 49 levels. And now this sword is completely maxed out with all the effort of having to do all this, RNGing the heck out of a lectern. If the argument is that this sword is supposed to be impermanent, I don't get it. Gonna bring this guy around. Believe there's a brewing stand in here. Clerics also trade you bottles of enchanting, so you can also just spam this all you want. So going back to Jeb's argument here, the purpose of the anvil cap is that all items are intended to be impermanent. I don't understand where this comes from. I don't think any items in Minecraft are intended to be impermanent. At least not anymore. Mending has become so ingrained that the traditional use of repairing things on an anvil, that does not happen anymore. Even the level cap, since its only effect on the game is forcing combining enchantments in specific orders, it never prevents maxed out gear. The idea of going through the enchanting phase of the game is just that depressing. Gear cannot feel impermanent like that. Mojang may be reconsidering how all of this operates. They're not gonna remove it, right? Without mending, yes, you're basically losing all your items. I also simply do not buy this whole argument. given that armor trims have just been introduced in the game about a couple of years ago, which simply put adds a very unique armor personality. They're also absurdly expensive to duplicate. If you spend all your resources doing this to your armor, at what point does that align with the philosophy of your stuff should not be permanent? If there's any hint that Mojang might be nerfing mending or the way you obtain it, thereby making all your stuff less permanent, there is no way I'm just going to be sitting here breaking this lectern, placing it down constantly to try to get the enchantment that I want. Especially since there are so many enchantments now in the game, the worse this entire RNG system is going to be. Enchanting is so tedious and luck-based that people stop playing the game when they die and lose their amazing gear, because the idea of going through the enchanting phase of the game is just that depressing. Small idea. Enchantment tables are currently influenced by basically nothing, but they are powered by bookshelves which will allow them to max out their enchantments. Enchantment tables are still kind of useful by limiting the amount of times that you need to rely on villagers, but they are so RNG based as well. So you've got looting here. Yep, and so you just grindstone this. Sharpness 3, absolutely not. Grindstone removed. Try again. Sweeping edge. Oh, great. Looting 3, smite 4. Now, obviously, you don't have to keep using the sword. You can use dummy items to reset this. But here's a small thought. Let's just get rid of all these bookshelves. You don't need the corner ones because they're blocked anyway. Instead, why not have chiseled bookshelves? So you place these all around here. And if you want to influence an enchantment table with certain enchantments, or even a villager perhaps, let's say I put like a Fortune 3 book inside this chiseled bookshelf. Potentially with this system, you can try to influence what enchantments there are, or a villager can give you, based on the existence or the proportionality of enchantment books inside these bookshelves. And so let's say with this Fortune 3 book inside this bookshelf, with 3 of them, this villager will be more likely to give you Fortune 3, thereby eliminating the need to have RNG based enchanting systems, or at the very least reducing it. So if this can be more controlled, I think players will be a little more accepting of tools not being permanent. I mean, I still hate it. They shouldn't do it. Back in 2023, Mojang released this Trade Rebalance Experimental Data Pack, and this attempted to address these problems, but I don't think they were that good. So for example, let's go to a swamp biome. It did attempt to make trading more fun and less RNG based, somewhat forcing players to sort of explore other biomes in the world. For example, let's say I had a villager over here and I place a lectern right next to them. So the only way to get mending from a villager here is to essentially max out a swamp villager. There's our mending book. Once you've done that, you can transport this swamp villager all the way back to your base. Now that can be seen as relatively annoying, but once you've got your setup done, it doesn't really matter. That was one way Mojang tried to address this problem. So clearly it is currently on their minds. Tool impermanence. They also have minecarts and redstone. I don't know what they're thinking about right now. Okay, so this video has gone on for quite some time, but quite obviously the game philosophy has changed. The tools and equipment we have on us is our identifier of progress, and losing it means we lose all the progress up to this point. We rely on fully enchanted mending gear to feel comfortable developing projects at a grand scale, meaning we don't exactly have the time investment, especially once we die, to have to grind for tools once again, especially with how much RNG is inherent in the system at the moment. Do let me know what you guys think about all this. I don't know how actively Mojang are planning right now with the anvil camp, with the mending stuff. It's really good that Jeb is communicating with us online. It does make us feel more connected with the development process of the game, and it's really good to see that. The entire enchantment system is basically broken in this game.
Good morning. I'll let you have your Noitaslop in just a moment, but before that, I want to let you know that this is...
Yeah, that's right. This thing has a dedicated pizza button. It does one thing and one thing only: order pizza. A glorious existence indeed. And the way it performs this most noble of tasks is by connecting to the internet through this thing. The NetPliance Eye Opener NP1000, released in the fall of 1999 by NetPliance Incorporated out of Austin, Texas. though specifically what I have here is the 2001 model, misleadingly released in the year 2000, a thing that is the world's simplest way to get internet and email, apparently. Along with all kinds of web goodies like news, weather, sports, stocks, shopping, and more, it's not a PC, it's for people who don't want a PC. Even though inside it's still a PC, but we'll get to that. The eye opener was geared towards the internet curious, folks new to computers, or anyone seeking a way to just do email without buying a full desktop. Eye-opening stuff, and even more so when you hear its price, $99. Seriously, that was it for the entire system with an LCD monitor. Granted, it was a crappy passive matrix DSTN, but who cares? Nobody was playing games or video on here, it's all text and photos. And at a time when most LCD monitors alone cost multiple times more than this entire system, $99 for an eye-opener seemed infeasible. Because it was. It reportedly cost nearly $500 to manufacture, which was done by Quanta Computer in Taiwan, by the way, known at the time for making laptops for Dell and HP. And that's effectively what you have here, an x86 laptop crammed into an upright form factor with a stripped-down operating system, and the whole idea was minimizing cost to shift as many units as possible to secure a market foothold. NetPliance sold it at a loss and banked on the age-old strategy of subsidizing, not only charging $21.95 a month to use the device, but also partnering with brands, websites, and other third parties to promote products and services through the eye opener, including that pizza key, which originally, when pressed, would order Papa John's pizza specifically, as stated in contemporary articles I dug up. Although NetPliance also stated that if the Papa deal fell through, there were always other deals on the table for anyone who wanted a slice of the pie. And according to later reviews, by 2001, pressing the pizza key simply brought up a webpage of phone numbers for nearby pizza joints instead, like mine is presumably trying and failing to do. On that note, yeah, the eye opener hasn't been usable for ages now, at least not in its original connected form. Despite its x86 internals, it's not a full PC out of the box and relied on NetPliance online services to function. Services long since taken down, with the hardware here becoming a largely forgotten relic from the time of internet appliances. And for a few short years around the turn of the millennium, standalone email and web boxes like this were sprouting up like weeds, and NetPliance was one of the earliest to buy in.
The idea was to build products that weren't PC-based that could connect to the internet. Today, if you look at projections for internet connections, they grow tremendously compared to the number of personal computers being manufactured. So in the end, the PC and the internet are no longer synonymous. In fact, the PC is becoming much more like the mainframe and is old technology.
And this rhetoric was commonplace. Trade shows, the media, and every other tech entrepreneur with a pulse talked of the end of traditional PCs, for the age of cheaper standalone web devices was upon us. According to a 1999 report by International Data Corp, this device category was expected to be worth $15 billion by 2002, and companies rushed to capitalize. You had the 3Com Audrey, the Honeywell WebPad, Compaq MSN Companion, the ePods 1, Intel DotStation, Sony eVilla Gateway AOL Touchpad, and so many, many more. But yet NetPliance was a prime early example with a machine that wasn't plug and play, it's plug and playful, claiming to be the first of its kind with an instant-on, simple browserless view of the web, like George Jetson meets Martha Stewart. Although in that initial reveal it was known as the Eye Opener Internet Personal Access Device, or iPad. Kind of a catchy name, but they didn't stick with it, and it was simply known as the Eye Opener by the time it launched in autumn of '99. And that was only online or by phone. It didn't hit physical retailers until early in 2000, at stores like Circuit City and CompUSA. The latter of which is where mine would have been originally purchased back in the day. Though as you might expect, I found mine in its box while thrifting over a decade ago now. Not quite complete, but close enough for me to happily take it home. Inside was the system itself, a keyboard and mouse combo peripheral, a fluff-filled welcome letter and membership privacy policy info, and a 1.84 amp wall wart power supply providing 19 volts of pizza ordering power. There's also an instruction manual packing 90 pages covering all the basic setup and troubleshooting tips you'd expect, along with plenty of Q&A sections for newbies and testimonials from existing eye-opened users going on about how excited they were to use it for years to come. Surely it'll last years, right? The package also would have come with a telephone cord, but it's missing. No problem, just go out into the wild and you can find those things all over the place. And I still have the Goodwill receipt from when I bought it in 2012 too. Not bad, 15 bucks for a nice working system. Well, decently nice. It could do with a cleaning, which I never got around to back then, so let's take care of that real quick. Luckily, it appears to be lightly used with very little in the way of wear and tear. Just some stains, grime, and a few particularly smudgy areas where something rubbed up on it and left some stubborn marks. The rest is your mandatory dirt and dust from use and neglect, and what appears to be makeup, if I had to guess. Like someone was applying foundation while using it. But yeah, nothing a brief scrub and wipe down couldn't fix. And with that, we have quite the fresh-looking eye-opener. So let's plug it in and give it a go. And there we go. A rather silent startup experience. Makes sense as it doesn't have a hard drive or big fans inside, only a flash drive for storage and a low profile cooler in there somewhere. And you can see here it says, no dial tone. Your eye opener could not connect over the phone line. That's because there's nothing to connect to. And I also don't have a phone line plugged in. But yeah, this right here is what you're greeted with on startup. And while it did take a minute or so to boot up from cold, this never fully powers down until you unplug it. So even if you press the power button right there, pressing it again just brings it right back. It puts it into a standby mode, and that's really the whole idea, is to just have it always on for your convenience, but also so it could dial into the NetPlants servers to download content and OS updates anytime. Yeah, on the note of the operating system, what we have here is built on QNX version 4.25, which is a Unix-like microkernel system by Quantum Software Systems in Canada, later owned by RIM or BlackBerry. And on startup, you're greeted with this home page and 8 shortcut buttons, which are pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, weather, finance, sports, entertainment, news, those are all personalized internet content. The web guide and shopping are just a collection of links to different places you can do that online, and mail is email. Imagine that. But yeah, this thing is designed to never power off. Downloading your emails, news articles, weather forecasts, stocks, or whatever else in the background periodically without user involvement, which would have been pretty cool in the late 90s. It just caches everything away for later access by the user, which also means that each one of these functions like a time capsule of the last moment it ever went online. And this particular unit right here, as far as it's concerned, it's still 2002, December 31st, 2002 to be precise. Just press the home key right here and get back to this. And yeah, let's open up some of these things that are still cached from the last time it was online. So apparently it was in Elmira, New York, by the previous owner, where it was 57 degrees, clear and calm, 89% humidity. Oh my goodness, look at this forecast. No, okay, so this is April 2002 for this forecast, so maybe that's the last time it was online, and the clock is still just counting up. It's weird, like the clock you can't even change or adjust, and I mean, this thing is so locked down. I mean, even looking in the manual, when you look up how to adjust the date and time, it's like, you can't, not by yourself. Call 1-800-EYEOPENER and then ask customer care to change it for you. So I can't even open that up to see exactly what it thinks the date is. Let's just go to the news. This is a good example of the last time it was online. Yeah, more April 2002 stuff. So apparently 3 winning tickets were sold in a $325 million lottery. That seems so very small in the days here of like $1.3 billion lotteries. But yeah, look at all these headlines here on the side. So we've got U.S. concludes bin Laden escaped Tora Bora. Powell says Sharon gives timeline on withdrawal. Bush to give Americans update in the war on terrorism. This is very, very 2002 stuff. Yeah, September 11th probes. This is kind of funny too, also in the days of 2023. New York City hits 91. Ooh, breaks 106-year-old temperature mark. And you can really see that unfortunate passive matrix display here doing its thing. It's very easy to lose the mouse cursor, but you know, considering you're just looking at text and a few images here and there, it's not the worst. And we are really limited though in terms of what we can open up and see, because of course it's just whatever's cached on here is what we've got, so we can't just go and connect and see any of these other things. But yeah, it's pretty nifty to just see this fascinating moment in time. Apparently Ford had a 4th straight quarterly loss, then Pfizer earnings surge on strong sales. Some things never change. Office Depot says their profits are rising. Oh, 2002. That's wonderful. What kind of sports news do we have here? ESPN.com is the sponsor for this. The Bucks step forward in playoff race. Anna Kournikova, that's a name I haven't heard in forever in sports. Entertainment, I'm sure this is fun. Tartan Parade brings up to 10,000 bagpipers to New York. This very much seems geared towards the area that you're in, which is interesting. World's media pullout stops for Queen Mother. Yeah, she was still around. How old was she at that point? Yeah, 101-year-old royal matriarch. Anyway, Mr. Showbiz was apparently the sponsorship for the entertainment section, whatever that is, or was. Oh, this is great. 2002, once again showing its 2002-ness. Music companies still looking for online hit. Celine Dion's new album this week gave record giant Sony Music reason to both cheer and weep. The CD topped sales charts, but also infuriated fans in Europe when the disc's copyright protection technology sent computers crashing. Dude, this is that Sony rootkit thing, wasn't it? There was some garbage going on back then. We intend to get the majority of the world's music content into the Press Play service sooner rather than later, and we continue to talk to all the music companies about offering the most flexible rights possible for the content. Okay, yeah. You get the idea of the wonderfulness that is captured on each of these machines that is still working and has the storage intact. It's kind of interesting to just turn on any of them and see when the last time it was online. Now, unfortunately, there's not a ton of stuff stored on there, and it is mostly text. There were some emails from the previous owner, but I think I've already deleted them. Not like there was much here to see, but yeah, I was gonna say there was only 16 megabytes of flash storage in here, split up into 4 partitions, and a whopping 7 megabytes was available to the user or so. You know, yeah, definitely quite a bit in terms of text. But yeah, this web guide really is just a collection of links to various websites that they wanted you to visit or they had partnerships with, or you know, whatever. I don't even think you could customize these. Let's see what's in the food here. Better Homes Kitchen, Cooking.com, Epicurious, Food Network, reference, Ask Jeeves. And of course you could just open the web browser that it came with. So go to any website you wanted to, whatever, man. Obviously not a thing anymore. And then the shopping, again, just a collection of links, but instead of clicking a list of links, you click these little areas in this non-existent little digital mall. Yeah, again, a lot of these are still around, but many of them are very much gone. And that's about all that you could have done with this back in the day. I mean, you've pretty much seen it here. The limited storage and the limited everything, and being so locked down and lack of being able to customize stuff, at least easily. It was really just an internet appliance. You couldn't even open or read many email attachments or web downloaded files. It just didn't let you do that. That stuff was locked down. Other than like simple text and image files, I think that's about all you could open. Interestingly though, there is this audio section, and this would let you stream like real player, real network music, like those kind of playlists at very, very low bit rates, I assume. But again, can't do anything here with that now. It doesn't let you play audio files or anything, but I don't even think it lets you open those. This is a kind of an oddity too. It does actually have a microphone on here. You might wonder, what does that do? Well, nothing at all. It's not utilized. I believe it was planned for some kind of future thing. There's something in the manual here. Yeah, what's the microphone for? It's a feature we plan to incorporate into the eye opener in the future. That never happened. It does actually support printing as well. Yeah, you got the parallel port right there. But to my knowledge, there's only one printer or like series of printers that were allowed. That being the Canon Bubblejet 2010 or 2000 series that, of course, they had a partnership to sell themselves for $99, the same price as this was originally. And reportedly, they also offered a USB mouse that you could plug in right here, but I've never actually seen pictures of that or anything, just mentions of it online. And of course, if you want, I've actually taken off this little panel here, but when you first get the thing, that's covered up, so where you can't remove the keyboard. But yeah, you can. You just unscrew that, and it's just standard PS2. So if you use a PS2 Y-splitter, you can plug in a regular PS2 mouse and keyboard that way. Yeah, intriguingly, you can also access the RAM right here. I don't think there's any real benefit to it on this particular setup, the way it is here anyway. But yeah, that is about it, really. Other than, of course, that delightful pizza key, which was seriously sold as one of the machine's key quirks and, you know, selling points, honestly. Although it no doubt caused some confusion if the manual is anything to go by. With multiple sections going over, like, well, what in the world is the pizza key even for? And these little Q&A bits being like, I was typing something on the screen, all of a sudden, it told me to order a pizza. What's going on? Well, you accidentally hit the pizza key. And yeah, it's no wonder, because it's right there beside the daggum space bar, kind of a prime location. Since I'm kind of talking about it anyway, the keyboard itself is, it's not the worst. It's just extremely light and plasticky, and it feels ridiculously cheap, but that is to be expected considering how low cost everything was on here. But you know, the keycaps themselves feel okay. They're kind of like 3/4 profile in height. The membrane is just rubber domes. It's fine, nothing great. It's like a step below late 90s Packard Bell. And of course, there's the mouse nub or disc. You know, it works pretty okay for what it is. And it also has these two mouse buttons, which you would think one would be left and right, but they both do the same thing. I thought maybe I was just missing something, but looking in the manual here, it says the action of pressing either one is how you click the mouse. So just whichever one you prefer. But yeah, as it was from the factory, out of the box, that's what you could do, which was, again, pretty neat at the time. But, you know, for all their claims of this just being web without a PC or shrink wrapping and packing up the internet to present to consumers in a convenient non-computer package, I mean, it's still a computer. This is a PC inside. So let's take a look in there. Well, that was significantly more troublesome to get into than I thought it would be. I mean, I knew I had one of the later models here where they purposely made it difficult to get into to try and prevent modification, but what a pain. Anyway, quite a heat sink. I guess it's all passively cooled. I thought there was a little fan in here, but maybe that was just on earlier models. In terms of specifications, you can see a number of things listed straight up in the manual, like the 800 by 600 display, 16,000 colors, 32 megabyte RAM, the built-in modem and all that kind of stuff. And there is the vague mention of an x86 200 megahertz processor. There we go. It's just socket 7. Oh yeah, that's very dry. It's not quite what I was expecting. So we have a Ryze MP6 266, which is a socket 7 CPU, but one that I actually haven't heard of and different than what I read was in here. Yeah, I think mainly in the earlier ones you had one of these, an IDT Win chip. So this is a 180 megahertz version, but 200 megahertz was also a thing, as this one would have normally had, but I guess this is just called 266. It just says 2 times 100 megahertz bus. Yeah, the CPU is 266 megahertz rated, but really 200 megahertz. It's 2x100. So we have a Trident Cyberblade i7 chip there for graphics. Of course, there's a VIA chip too. A couple of SanDisk chips down here for the flash storage, presumably. There's the little IDE connector, which is actually covered up on this one by this gigantic heatsink. They didn't want you using that. And I believe that right there is the BIOS chip, also locking things out on this version. Of course, the RAM right there, this daughter board here for the modem communication stuff, CR2032 battery, and yeah, you know, it's laptop stuff. It's just a PC. And that's what made it so appealing. And of course, what ended up being a lot of its downfall, at least on earlier versions, where it was so easy to bypass that flash storage and put whatever you want on here. And you know, seeing all this, that finally brings us to the point that I'm sure many of you are aware of, and that is the fact that this was such a low-cost PC meant that the technologically curious and hardware inclined snapped these things up for cheap and immediately started hacking away. You know, as soon as they got in there and saw what was going on, I mean, yeah, it was only a matter of time before people got the hardware doing different things than it was intended and slapped Linux on there. Or Windows 98 or whatever, man, it's an x86 architecture system. You can do pretty much whatever you want with it. So it was not long before that $99 initial price went up to $299. And you know what? It still was losing money because it cost like $500 to manufacture. So NetPliance scrambled to adjust and tweak the hardware so that hopefully it wouldn't be so easy to hack with middling results. Put a lock on something like this and people are just going to want to try to pick it. But you know, they still had an IPO in March of 2000 and NetPliance stocks raised $144 million, but it was not long before they absolutely nosedived after the problems with the system and its whole philosophy and hackability and many, many other things came to a head, and they lost $186 million in the year 2000 alone. Ended up being traded for pennies by April of 2001. You know, there was that whole dot-com bubble bursting and all those kind of things, and you know what? Just look at this chart. It's so sad. This was in the newspaper back in the day, and just like NetPliance is doomed. It came out that NetPliance would have had to have had 500,000 users to hit the break-even point. All those people paying $21.95 a month. And instead, at the peak, it seems they only had around 50,000 paying monthly users. It's no surprise they were just bleeding cash. Their stock was in the toilet, and they ended manufacturing and support of the eye-opener in November of 2000 and stopped sales entirely in January of 2001. Now, Earthlink actually swooped in and bought the eye-opener service and took it over and offered access for a bit, but you know, obviously that wasn't even going to last either. Earthlink shut it down at some point in 2002, from what I can tell, probably around the time that mine was last online in April or so. That being said, though, it wasn't all awful for the people behind NetPliance. They went on to become Tipping Point Technologies, completely pivoted their focus, and they started doing security products and network intrusion prevention systems, and they actually lasted in some form until 2015, when the company was purchased for $300 million by Trend Micro, who are very much still around with a net worth of like $6 billion as of July 2023, hence the Tipping Point Threat Protection System, which is, that's what that is. It comes from NetPliance, or at least the people that were involved with it. And well, that is about it for this system, this video anyway. As much as I would love to show the process of hacking this thing and getting another OS on there of some kind, unfortunately, mine is one of the later models that has a number of things that have been adjusted to make modifying the OS kind of difficult from what I've read online. Not impossible, but just a little bit out of the scope of this video. You know, there's BIOS updates and some hardware changes and stuff like that. You do need a customized IDE cable regardless of the model, which I do have. It just swaps around a number of the pins, and you can actually still get these online. I got this one on eBay. But yeah, the BIOS changes and some other things on the motherboard too. Yeah, I just don't have any way to adjust that right now. So maybe in the future, we'll see. I would definitely love to get something else running on here so I can actually use this as like a weird little Socket 7 PC. But anyway, if you've ever had a NetPlants eye-opener in the past, or maybe you still do, or maybe you've modified one already and you know what the process is like, yeah, put some information in the comments, your story, whatever. I think it's fascinating, this whole net appliance era. Yeah, it's still kind of fun to just see what it was supposed to do, especially when they have information cached on it. But that is about it for this episode of LGR. I hope that you enjoyed seeing this bit of nonsense, and as always, thank you for watching.
Sacred dice, better items, but at what cost? We have a super cool item today. So this is a 6-room charge, secret room pool only item. And this combines a lot of effects of different items into one thing. Namely, of course, dice items, sacred orb, and also even a little bit of crooked penny. So the idea here is it's a super cool risk reward thing where we have a 50-50 chance to delete the item like crooked penny. Wow. Or if we hit the good 50-50 chance, right, we upgrade the quality of the item. So let's say we have a quality 2 item, I hit the 50-50, it could be any quality 3 item. So in here, it's a quality 1, but I'm actually going to turn it into quality 2. There you go, that's kind of sick. I want to see if I can even turn that into quality 3. I wonder what happens if you use it on a quality 4 item. I imagine you just get another quality 4, right? You know what? Yeah, sure, I'll buy the battery. It's gonna be fun this way. So we'll recharge it. I also want to know what this is. It's the Stars Cord. Of course it is. Oh my god. So can we turn this into a quality 3 item? We can't. Oh my god. And as you can see, it can be a part of any pool. It's mainly just based on quality. Shoutouts to Blighted Ovum. Gotta be one of my favorite basement bosses for the only reason that he's dead easy. Just kidding. Cut the video. We will take this for the Soul Heart. And I kind of, yeah, I'll go alternate floors today. I'm feeling a little alternate. Bit of indie rock every now and then. It's fine. Wide moment? I would have preferred marked, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Who cares? I will also go in here, and I will also not take fanny pack. Actually, I will. This thing's kind of broken, to be honest with you. A single blood bank, we break the game. I have a sneaking suspicion of the utmost priority that that's my secret room with death certificate. Could you imagine the play that I would have made? You know what I just realized? I just counted the charges. I'm so used to things being 6 to 12 charges. That's not 6 charges. That's not 12 charges either. That is 8 charges. I've never seen that amount on an item. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I count? 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8. I can't even do the devil. I mean, I'm still gonna go, right? But that's so interesting. That actually makes it really balanced. Obviously, like, it's still an absurdly good item, right? It's a quality 4 item. But I actually really enjoy that. I've never seen a meteor look like that. That's cool. Now, what do I want to do with this reverse stars? I don't really know, because I have a good starting item. It's Ocular Rift. And again, Sacred Dice doesn't care about pools, right? I could just roll into whatever. So I guess I'll just wait for the reverse stars at the very end of the run. You know, chess style. Min Min is done for, and oh, just kidding. Lamau, okay, Min Min's done for. We got a Boneheart, which is cool. I'll go check out the Devil. It's just fun this way. Ocular, that's just good, actually. I kind of just want that. I really wish that I could use my Sacred Dice here, because this could be a quality 4 item, right? But the color's just good in general. Not gonna hate. Let's go. What I'm curious about is, can we upgrade the quality of a story item? Because I'm pretty sure story items by default are quality 0. And by story items, I'm talking like key pieces, knife pieces, Polaroid negative, that kind of thing, right? It's not going to be that impressive, right? I mean, if it works, we're going to get a quality 1 item. But it would be cool to know. Let me see if I spawn the Devil again. I might as well. I'm here. Okay. We got a Devil? Tell me there's a quality 3 item in here. Or just quality 4. Okay, that's not too good. So here's the thing. I almost feel like this isn't worth it. I think it's more worth it for me to... Well, I do want Old Bandage, to be fair. But I think it's more worth it. I think it's more worth it for me to just roll the higher quality item, since it's not based on pool, right? I might as well just find the highest quality item. Just go for the risk. Like... that Necronomicon, it would have barely turned into anything. No point in rolling. This, however, I'm gonna just roll it just because it's gonna be fun. Whatever. Oh my god. Wait a second. Here's my theory. Okay? Matt's Kidney Stone is absurdly good, but this item also rolled. That means, typically, when you roll a blind item, you're like, I don't know what it could be. But I know this had to go up in quality. What if it was a quality 3? This could be Brimstone. Wait, it was! Okay, that's sick. You know why? Void is quality 4. I was actually completely correct. I was correct. It's the Void. Wait a goddamn sec. For the first time in history, Void is useful. The moment Wormwood gets low here, I might just bomb him just because he's really low. I could just one-shot him. There you go. Oh, he did it, and he had armor on, and he did a little jiggy. Bro got down. I will say, he did boogie with it. That was respectable, but you need to die. Thank you. We ended up getting Supper. That's like, whatever. There you go. There's the Crooked Penny moment. I was okay rolling that just because, whatever, it's an HP up. Any goodies? Oh my goodness me, I have a plan. First of all, I think a good idea here is to buy Mr. Me and use it to go inside of the boss challenge room. Then I will charge my Void / Sacred Dice with the Charged Beggar, and then maybe turn one of those 2 items into quality 4. This is super hype. Hello! It's just a heart. That's cool. I need him. Cool. Looks like we got it. Nice. Alright, let's move on. We might even be able to get a double charge. This is entirely dependent. We've been lucky with our Sacred Dice so far. I expect these both to delete, but I hope not. Oh, yeah! I'm sorry. Is this just straight up the shop? That guy is moving! Get out of my way, man! Ooh, okay. I don't have money. I want to roll this, but I don't have money. I don't even know if I'm gonna get enough money. If this is my secret room, which is a low chance it wasn't, I was gonna do it. Let's just move on. An arcade? Yeah, this is where we go ahead and abuse Fanny Pack Old Bandage. This is what we were looking for. I'm goddamn invincible. Infinite money moment. Oh yeah. Do I roll this? Wait, let me check the treasure room first, right? Because we got keys by doing that. Boom. That is quality 0. I'm just gonna take the blind and roll the blood bag, I think. Okay, luckily that is a quality 2 item, so I don't feel bad. You gotta know your qualities for this. The amount of times I've said quality in this video. Don't disappear. I have infinite curse room, right? Like infinite sacrifice room through scapular. This might be very scary and stupid, but I think I'm gonna do this instead. I feel like if you have scapular, you might as well just do it, right? Like, come on. We also have a heart in here, so we're extra safe. It's no big deal. Okay, we got You Feel Blessed. TP me? Maybe? No. Maybe I get an item and it's just Sacred Heart just sitting there? No, but it is Redemption. Redemption's quality 2. But it also is just straight up a damage up by itself, so I probably just want to take that, to be honest with you. Fighting the Angels wouldn't even do that much, because the items they spawn, again, they're story-based items. They're quality 0. I don't care about them too much. So I think the play here is I'm just going to take this, take that, and then maybe even take that. Did it? I got an angel? Ooh. I'll take the planetarium chance for sure. Quality 3. Oh, I have to go for it. I have to. Please, 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 please. I'm praying. I'm closing my eyes. I'm hitting spacebar. No! Alright, we're moving on. There's still a chance here. There's still... Oh my god, there's a dime. There's still a damn chance. We have the candle. We can roll a couple times as well, because we have the batteries, right? Props to the mod creators, dude. This is super cool. I hate this mod. No. Oh! I finally got a drop from a confessional. That just does not happen. Hold on. It is a quality 3 item. I don't care. I'm pressing spacebar. No! I don't get it. What happened? What happened? I don't get it. Wait, excuse me? I just got scammed. It looked like it turned into a quality 4 item and then it decided to delete. Like it just got pulled away from me. Disney style. I just got destroyed. I don't want to live any. Don't take that. Take the stars card. Oh my goodness gracious me. That is a quality 3 book. I'm staying hopeful. Hold on. What happened there? Maybe it just visually bugged and I hit the crooked penny 50-50 wrong again. You know what I mean? I imagine that's what happened. I think it just visually was wrong. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm a dumbass. I figured it out. I know. I'm a genius. Check it out. It turns out I'm so incredibly stupid and I forgot how Void works. What's happening is that it's upgrading the item through Sacred Dice, and then, believe it or not, one of the things that Void does is it voids item. Eventually I just end up removing Void and having fun with the Sacred Dice, but for the rest of the video I act like I'm some kind of god beta tester, like I just found the ultimate bug, like I'm him. Don't listen to me. I'm wrong. Just an unlucky gamer moment. Instead, we will just try to be lucky in the future. It's okay. Also, what is in here? Oh! That, I mean, like, that's just showing up for... yeah, I'll take it. Listen, I'm not gonna complain. You kidding me? I'd take that. Absolutely. We have a battery there. We have a smelter. That's quality 2. We'll keep that in mind. Let me use this Void right here. Boom. Oh, it happened. I don't get it. I don't get it. Am I doing it wrong? It showed up and died. I don't know. I don't get... Lord help me. I must be the unluckiest man alive. It's okay. I made up for it by just, like, having C-section, alright? So that, at least, that's happening for me. Cornful's done for. That is a quality 3 item. What's in here? Those are decent. I'd much rather just not, though. I'd rather go for the roll. What is this? Okay, that deleted, right? That deleted. Crooked penny moment. It didn't turn into the item, and this... I don't know. Wait, is it because of Void? Hold on, wait a second. I remember it worked, and then I picked up Void, and then I voided the item. Then, after on, every time I used it, it did a weird thing where it turned into the item, and then deleted. I'm so confused. Should I remove Void and just give myself Sacred Dice again and try it again? Is that what's going on? I don't know. C-section is carrying my ass currently because right now I cannot fathom what's happening. I'm about to hit the mental asylum with how I'm acting right now. I cannot understand. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Every single time that I feel like I've hit the right roll, but I just don't, it's always from quality 3 to quality 4. And the next time I see a 1, a 0, or a 2 item, I'm going to do it again. And we're gonna see. I can't tell. I've never been so gaslit before. I can't tell if I'm just unlucky or something's actually just wrong. So we'll do it on an item that isn't quality 3 to 4. We'll do it on a lower one, so then we can see the results, right? See, here we go. Perfect. Libra. I would really love to roll Libra, or just take it, sorry, but I want to see this. Here we go. I can't tell because that just deleted. All right, epic. I love this game. Hey there. Okay, charged beggar. Listen, charged beggar. Give me an item somewhere. I don't know where. Give me a blood bag. This is a heart moment. Okay, cool. Here we go. There's even a charged key. It works perfectly. Boom. Oh my god, it's Void. I guarantee you that's what's happening. Hold on, wait a second. I know. Hold on. Wait, I'm gonna remove Void. I am so certain that Void is the thing that made it, like, die. I am so certain that I'm supposed to currently have Polyphemus and Tech X. I'm not gonna be a bum about it. I'm not just gonna give me those items. I'll keep playing. But remember that time that I said I didn't beta test? No, that's not true. I am the Isaac beta tester. I found the bug. Hello, mother. How you doing? Let's go up today. I'm feeling up. I feel like maybe going down and spending hearts would just not be the play. I am hoping to land another deal here, and I'm hoping to land a deal with either, of course, quality 3 or 4. Now that I feel like the sacred dice will work properly, I'm very curious, right? Just imagine that I had Tech X and Poly. What else show up? I think other items showed up, right? We'll take Polaroid coming here. Damo I mean, alright, well, okay. I mean, here's what I'll do. God, the thing is that, like, I don't have what Damocles is super fun, right? But this is quality 3, and I want to take the risk. Now that I have Sacred Dice working, presumably, I don't care about Damocles too much. Plus, I don't really have that many pedestals spawning. We are done with all the treasure rooms. They both pennied. Okay, epic. Oh, tears. I'm having a wonderful time. Item moment? No item moment, but heart moment. I take that. That's good. We'll have a roll by the time we hit the boss. We have a low deal chance. That's okay. At this point, I just want to roll something. I just want an item to show up, because I don't know about you, but I am in womb 1 and I have a total of what seems to be 13 items, which is generally lower than I'm used to having. That being said, C-sections being the absolute goat, so shoutouts to them. Ow. First time that guy has ever hit me ever in Isaac ever. First time that guy's hit anyone in Isaac ever. That was embarrassing. Fred, but it's a vertical room. This one's actually kind of rare. I don't see vertical Fred too often. What's up, dude? Alright, here we go. Big reveal. I just want to roll it just to see if it works. It worked. Okay, we fixed it. Okay, alright, that's exactly what was happening. Void breaks the sacred dice. I fixed it. I'm onto it. I got it down pat. Let's move on. Let's go. I'm actually hyped because I figured that out. I feel good. We did get my reflection, which is just a straight damage up, which is good for us. It also gives us fat range, which is also a DPS up straight up because a C-section moment. Plus the whole like reverse back into you doesn't matter when homing kicks in, right? Like these C-sections are gonna come back to me, like that one I shot to my left for a demonstration. Unless they home in on the enemy, that will take priority. So that's fine. It dies moment. Nothing else. I don't really want to look for secret.
Greetings and welcome to an LGR camera thing. It's been years since I've covered an old Digicam, and for whatever reason, now felt like the right time for this oddity, the Agfa ePhoto CL30 Click. It looks like your standard brick of a late 90s digital camera, but check this out. I can almost guarantee you've never had a camera that stores photos on these. As implied by the name, this uses click discs, also known as pocket zip, which are 40 megabyte discs measuring 2 by 2 inches from Iomega, the same company responsible for the once dominant zip discs among many other portable storage mediums. And yeah, the CL30 Click was the first and only camera to make use of the format. As mentioned in my old video about click drives and the digital camera kit designed for backing up flashcards without a computer. No need for such silliness with the CL30 Click Cam though, since the drive was built in from the start. As for the price, it cost $549 upon its introduction in late 1999, nearly $1,000 adjusted for inflation, but not a crazy price for digital cameras of similar spec back then. However, click discs were the main selling point here, being far cheaper than alternatives like Compact Flash, as utilized in the non-click CL30 model, which was largely identical but used CF cards for storage instead. Considering a single 32 megabyte Compact Flash card cost $100 or so in late 1999, getting a 40 meg click disc for about $10 was a fantastic deal by comparison. A disc 1/10 of the price, holding 60 to 360 pics per unit, depending on settings, was a heck of a selling point. For like a year or two anyway. By 2001, competing digital cameras were twice as good, cost half as much, and flash media prices were dropping while capacities quadrupled. Combine that with Iomega's PR problems and the entire click line of products floundering, it's little wonder they canceled plans for 100 meg discs and pulled the plug on the entire click range in 2003. And by then, CL30 click cameras were already littering clearance bins anyway, with Agfa starting to cool off on consumer digital cameras for a while. Which, yeah, you may be surprised Agfa made them at all back then, seeing as the Belgium-based company is known for their analog film, 35mm cameras, and professional imaging equipment. But yep, from 95 to 2001, the Agfa Desktop Products Group made nearly a dozen consumer digital cameras. Or did they? It turns out the majority were manufactured and designed by various OEMs, and I wouldn't be surprised if the ePhoto CL30 was as well. For example, Agfa's ePhoto 307 was made by Sanyo in Japan, the ePhoto 780 was made by Seagull in China, and Agfa licensed others from Pretec, Fudan, and Premier Imaging Technology, just as Kodak and Polaroid often did back then too. On that note, the Polaroid PDC-1000 series sure does look a lot like the CL30, huh? Same viewfinder and flash placement, same basic case, LCD, and controls, and they're each built in Taiwan, so my guess is these were made by either Pretec or Premier. Not that it matters much, this was common practice, I simply find it fascinating. Regardless of who actually built the dang thing, I just so happen to have one in the box, so let's see what's inside. Shout out to Foon Touring for letting me know about this one, by the way. I've only ever seen 2 in-box go up for sale, and this was one of them, but yeah. First up is an assortment of getting started guides in 3 different languages. There is no full instruction manual, at least not included with mine, so it's either skim these surface-level tidbits or read the 60-page manual in PDF form. Something included on this CD-ROM here, alongside the USB driver and Agfa PhotoWise software for Windows. Also up top here is the USB cable for reading click discs using the camera as a drive, a composite video cable for connecting the camera to an external display, and a catalog advertising all sorts of CL30 add-ons. The largest booklet in the whole box, amusingly enough. Then at the bottom is a nylon carrying strap, a little zip-up tote bag that's never been used, a complimentary 40 megabyte click disc, and the optional AC power adapter, which, upon looking it up, was recalled in 2000 due to a slight issue with batteries overheating and exploding. Don't know if this is the original or a replacement, but hey, Risks keep life interesting. I'm sure it's fine. Finally, there's the Click camera itself. A 10-ounce or 265-gram hunk of plastic and rubbery bits, measuring about 5 by 3 by 1.5 inches. Not too far off from a Game Boy Advance, just a whole lot thicker. This Click has chunk. On top is a 2-stage plastic shutter button and some text touting megapixel like it's some kind of fact. Along the bottom are 2 tiny rubber feet for balance, along with the cheapest possible tripod mount. No metal threads here, it's pure plastic. There's nothing on the left-hand side, but on the right is an assortment of rubber-coated surfaces, opening up to reveal ports for USB, composite out, AC power, and the AA battery compartment. It takes 4 of those, by the way. And this is also where you find the Click Drive, which is just as satisfying as ever. Fragile, but satisfying. On front is a wrist strap loop, flash, self-timer LED, viewfinder opening, and the lens, which is covered up by more plastic. This 37mm lens ring screws on and off. There is no traditional lens cap. That was a $5 option, as seen in that accessories catalog. But they also sold a ton of screw-on lenses and filters and whatnot too, so that's kinda cool. As for the internal lens, it's an auto-focusing 6.7mm lens, a 43mm equivalent, with an f-stop range of 2.8 to 8.0. All automatic and paired with a 1-megapixel CCD, supposedly. Its max resolution without interpolation is 1152 by 864, putting it just shy of 1 million pixels. Rounding up specs for marketing, scandalous. Finally, around back are the controls and a 1.8-inch color TFT LCD, and another 1.8-inch LCD, this one a monochrome TN effect display showing current camera status and options. You do have a straight-through optical viewfinder, but this was $19.99. Electronic viewfinders are where it's at, even though this one's trippy as balls, especially at lower shutter speeds. The chromatic aberration is absurd. It's not the LCD making this happen, but the CCD itself, as seen here connected to a TV through composite. The sheer RGB separation going on is so ridiculous that it's almost its own real-time visual art form. On a related note, another artifact of early digicams, an LCD on and off switch. Mostly to save battery or to minimize activity in PC mode so it's not showing much during file transfers. The other switch here simply goes between off and on, plus a playback mode for viewing previous shots. Then there's this, the trademarked Easy Pilot wheel, which the marketing described as being similar to a mouse, but yeah, it's more of a jog or click wheel mounted sideways, where you rotate it up and down to navigate menus and press it inwards to select things. Pretty intuitive. That being said, I kinda wish it did have buttons for each function, since my CL30 Click here, yeah, it's dead. The LCD doesn't work beyond the backlight, and the wheel doesn't activate menu functions either. It does at least power on and let me take photos using default settings, but that's it. Seeing as neither LCD functions, none of the buttons work, and I can't even adjust the settings blindly, I don't think a simple screen swap would fix the underlying issues here. So the LCD footage you see comes from my CL30 compact flash model, which is internally identical other than the storage medium. And I was just going to use it for demonstrations instead, but this one won't take photos. Oh, it'll try, but the result is either weird glitchy photos that look like vomit, or it simply hard cuts the power depressing the shutter. Yeah, so I mostly took photos using the Click model on default settings, which is infinite focus at medium resolution, 1024 by 768. Yeah, well, at least the mechanism still works. Experiencing a handheld Click Drive do its thing is just neat. Too bad that it's just so darn slow. It takes about 15 seconds to power it on and wait for the drive to initialize before you can take a picture. If the flash wasn't priming, it'd be a few seconds faster, but either way, it takes 40 to 50 seconds to turn on and take and save a single pic. This is not the camera for capturing spontaneous moments. It does at least remember settings between power cycles, so once you have things in place, there's little need to go menu diving. Resolution, flash, autofocus ranges, exposure adjustment, self-timer, and digital zoom settings are all adjusted on the main LCD, and current settings, battery life, and storage space is shown above on the smaller status display. As for the resulting photos, well, I always like to revisit spots around town here so you can compare the results to previous cameras I've covered, as well as generally take pics of locations and vehicles that wouldn't look out of place when the camera was new. It always makes for a fun photographical time warp. And yeah, for a 1999 CCD camera that adjusts basically everything automatically, the results aren't too bad. Personally speaking, the main appeal of these old digital cameras is the unpredictability, where you're not entirely sure how a photo is going to turn out. And the CL30 is just on the edge of being predictable enough that it's boring to use, but not quite. There are still situations where the final photo is a wonky surprise. Under and overexposure is of course commonplace depending on lighting conditions. Wide dynamic range is not a strong suit of any of these types of cameras, and sometimes you get this strange, almost textured pattern on scenes of particularly high contrast. It's quite the effect. But for the most part, it actually does a good job capturing scenes that look rather true to life. Compare this shot of the woods on the CL30 to a modern smartphone photo. The color is, well, it looks like an old camera, but shadows and highlights are actually decently preserved, considering the direct sunlight blasting across the image. And skin tones tend to look more or less human. That's always a plus. But it does tend to skew towards red, especially with lighter and bright white subjects. Otherwise, there's a bit of a cool bluish hue to things, giving scenes that classic Digicam look I've come to oddly appreciate over the years. And with the lens itself being a 43mm equivalent, the field of view is rather low, but not obnoxiously so to the point where you'd feel too confined. And the macro mode works as you'd expect. No real complaints there. My main complaint is the way it handles focusing, where you half press the shutter to focus and then it'll let you take a picture, but if it's too dark or too bright or there's too much movement or whatever, the autofocus fails and the picture doesn't take. So I sometimes did that 3 or 4 times before I'd capture anything, which just adds to the feeling that this is very much not for spontaneous photo takers. Another problem is that unless you're shooting in max resolution, the JPEGs are saved with horrible non-integer scaling. Like, look at the power lines and edges of buildings. Instead of scaling down full-res 1152 by 864 pics using bilinear or bicubic filtering, it appears to be using a quick and dirty nearest neighbor solution, which means anything less than the highest quality mode looks like digital crap, even worse than it should. A shame, since I can't change the quality on my CL30 Click at all due to the broken LCD and menu controls. So here's the output from the Polaroid PDC-1100, which again is internally the same, using the same sensor and lens as the AGFAs. And yeah, straight lines look far better without that awful downscaling going on. By the way, those circus man tiger statues I always used to show were taken down a while back. That's a bummer. So let's use Chicken Alley for comparisons instead. I'm always shooting there anyway. Again, color and brightness and such look pretty solid, all things considered. There's enough sensor noise and artifacting to ensure an old school look without verging too much into modern digital cleanliness like a smartphone provides. And on high quality mode here, the resolution is right on the line of being enough to show detail, but still decidedly in Y2K territory. On the topic of resolution, there is an option beyond high quality, what AGFA called Photo Genie, and this is how they laid claim to megapixel status. But it worked using interpolation, upscaling images to 1440 by 1080 using the PhotoWise program. Classic misleading camera marketing. I can't demonstrate this since my broken camera won't let me actually take photos with it, but it's verified in old reviews like this one from Dan's Data. The rest of the program is basic late 90s image editor fluff, with minimal editing capabilities like rotation, flipping, brightness, contrast, and color adjustments, and some simple album making and online sharing features. Ho-hum software indeed, but at least it has these fancy sound effects. And that is it for the AGFA ePhoto CL30 Click. A brief side quest in the late 90s digital camera space, following a trail that quickly led to a dead end. And after seeing it in action, it's not surprising no one remembers it. The cute storage medium is its main appeal, and that only goes so far. Although, like other Iomega Click products, the camera actually made sense for a certain amount of time. It's just that time frame was narrow enough that they never had much chance of success. Even when it was new, a thick plastic camera that shot on weird media and faked its way to megapixel capability was a tough sell, and it's no wonder so few clicked with it. That said, if mine fully functioned, there'd be some charm using it due to that little click drive. The idea of tiny discs still appeals to me for whatever reason, and I could see myself reaching for it when I'm in a 1999 mood, but nah, mine's too borked to enjoy. You really need the LCD working, so unless I get mine repaired, I guess it'll make a decent doorstop. And if you enjoyed this episode, then check out my previous Digicam retrospectives, or stick around for more stuff. There are always new videos about old things in the works here on LGR. Thank you for watching.
What the f- Chaotic Dice. This is a dice that basically rolls into any item pool in the game. Like, oh, there you go. Perfect example. This is in the shop pool and also the curse room pool. So basically, it's as if you just had chaos and d6 at the exact same time. It looks like some weird spin down thing, but it's a chaotic dice. So the way that I found this mod is actually through my Discord. It was through the content suggestions channel that I have in my Discord. And someone was just like, hey, you know what? Okay, play this mod. And I was thinking, alright, sure. That sounds kind of fun. So shout outs to that guy, and of course shout outs to the mod creator. I don't think Pandora's Box does anything. It gives me 2 soul hearts. Let's just do that. So I imagine the way we want to handle this is angel rooms have more pedestals than devils just because naturally they have key pieces. And since it doesn't matter which place I'm rolling, I should go angels, right? Or I should roll that. Don't touch me, play! The first time a bulb has ever done anything in this game, god damn it. Oh wait, you know what? I'm gonna use the bomb to get a bomb. The bomb for 2 bombs play, and then the 2 bombs play, I use the 1 bomb from the 2 bombs play to get the 1 chest, which gives me 2 chests, which gives me a bomb. This turns, it could be brimstone for all. Oh. Hey! Chaotic Dice is kind of a beautiful person, I think, actually. This is kind of a cool dice. Squeezy is cool for the tears up. We'll go to the downpour. I see no reason why not. Take the key. Let's go. Treasure room. Piercing. Yeah, I'd take piercing. That's decent. Let's go to curse room. Oh my, that's just a free familiar. Thank you. Brother Boob and an ace of clubs. We'll use this with a lot of enemies and hopefully get some bombs. That's not a lot of enemies. Oh, perfect. Look at that. The sheer amount of bombage. Hello, Turtle. We got piercing for Turtlet, which is actually good. This is one of the best items you can have against this character. Wait for the split around right here and then blow him up. Perfect. Literally perfect. Do I go for the sty or the chaotic dice? Boom. Oh my god, it was worth it. I really didn't know if that was going to pay off, but I don't know. I'm just kind of having fun with the chaotic dice. I kind of wanted to see if it would do something, and it did. Where the hell's the secret room? Ah, I see. It is right here. Blow you up? Cool. Nothing. Okay, we'll go. Another treasure. Wow, that is funny that you'd give me that dice. Bag of crafting. See, if I had a normal D6, I'd be like, hey guys, I want to take all the pickups in the world and put them in the secret room and reroll them. But I don't. Because, what? Because I have access to every pool ever? Oh my god. What kind of guppy is this? Yes, alright, I like that. I'll take this as a better trinket for us. And I suppose we'll just roll our treasure room. Why did I turn Guppy in like 0.2 seconds just now? Activating Guppy mode in T-minus 3, 2, 1. I just realized why we're doing so much damage. It's because we're Guppy. We didn't get an angel, and honestly that's okay because we did not actually have a roll. I'll take perfection, but if we lose it on this floor, I'll just go ahead and go for the shiny rock play. Blue candle. I think this charged baby could come in handy, right? We'll go for this. And then we'll go for the mirror dimension. Min done for the second time. We get Pageant Boy. I'd love to roll it. I don't see a way how. Let's just take the money. So I dreamt about Isaac recently. And I don't ever dream about Isaac. Not a lot. So when I do dream about Isaac, it's very vivid and scary and spooky. And so I had this dream of me playing Isaac. And I came up with this strategy in my dream. The idea was basically, I called it the perfection strategy. Or I guess I called it perfection smuggling in my dream, like literally in my dream. It's actually really good. In my dream, I noticed I kind of always lost perfection. So what I did is I went to a new floor, like so. Actually, let's go to the mines. And then once I entered the new floor, I dropped perfection. And then I just played the floor. And then when I was done with the floor, right, I picked it back up before going to the next floor. And in my brain, like my dream brain, well, I had Guppy's tail in the run, right? But because of Guppy's tail plus perfection, I took it all the way to the dark room and had a nasty dark room. And so now I kind of just want to try this in real life. We're going to call this perfection smuggling. I don't think it's going to be as effective because we don't have Guppy's tail. So taking perfection all the way to the potential dark room isn't really going to be that important. But I still want to see. I mean, it could be cool. Oh my god. Very effective, maybe when you have like Contract from Below or Broken Modem and you want to take your perfection to the very end of the game. I could see that happening. I'm just going to take this, obviously. It's just a damage up, thank you. Well, we didn't find the treasure room, but we found the boss pretty fast, and I need a pedestal to roll. So I think we'll just go with this. Maybe we can get an angel. We'll blow up for the key piece, and then we can roll that key piece into whatever pool. We've been very lucky with our rolls, by the way. Like, absurdly. I could be getting Cursed Eye out of the angel room, but we've been actually kind of chilling. This Bone Heart's great for us as well. We did get an angel. It's... yeah, I'm gonna need some of that. Obviously, the Pascal Candle. It's kind of a shame, but the stairway's a little too strong. Also, I read the comments, okay? I know you guys make fun of me. I also know that some of you seem to not think that that's how you pronounce Pascal Candle. You know what? I'm gonna pull up a Google search of how to pronounce Pascal. We'll see. I'm gonna roll this. Ooh, that's pretty good. Wait, what? What spawn? How did that even... okay, well, what?
Pascal.
So now we have access to true Angel Room pool items as well as Chaotic Dice Moment. Very excited. I will go for the blind. I will re-roll this. I got Mother Transformation though. That's actually not bad. I don't think I can get a roll here, but that's a lot of pickups in that dice room. I might be able to change it into a battery. For now, we'll just full clear. This is a very nice run. And then don't forget, the number one thing we gotta do is don't forget to smuggle the perfection. This could be secret. Oh, well, I missed. Hold on. It's the same room. Wait, I was supposed to buy the school bag, right? Okay, let me go get that. Pick this up so I can only get blood bags from now on. And then let me go buy the school bag, and then we'll leave. And we smuggled perfection, right? We had 0 chance of me losing perfection on this floor. A yoink. Cool. Okay, let's go. Oh, I'm blind. Well, if it's 30 cents, I'll take it. It's 7. It's on sale, though. It's on sale, though. I'll take it. Santa's decent. I'll get 1 key piece here just to help me get more angel rooms over devil rooms. And then the next key piece I won't take. We'll just save that one for pure or rolling. So the way I see this, right, I'm blind, and that's the treasure room. And the treasure room has 2 items, but they're guaranteed to be in the treasure room pool. And I have a chaotic dice ready. Do I not just go for the big boy play, right, and just hit spacebar? Now these could be of any pool. It could be brimstone. It's the ladder. Hey, luck up. Hey, wait, I'm supposed to be smuggling, right? Drop this perfection. There you go. Oh, it's just greed. You know, I should have guessed. We haven't had greed at all. That makes sense. Ow. How? You are so annoying. You are the most annoying, boss. Well, second most. Goodbye, Angel. I did get. Nice. I'll just take this. Body Retro. I have school bag, so I can't roll that. And then I'll roll this key piece into a chaotic dice moment. Cool. Also get this soul heart. Roll. It's the second time that has happened. I think this might be a bug. I took a missing no. This is the worst thing to happen. Oh no. Uh-oh. Wait, I just got Sacred Heart. Let's go! Okay, so a lot of things just happened. I got toothpicks, which is cool. I think the chaotic dice might be bugged. I used it in the angel and it did the same thing twice where it spawned a pedestal. But it's not like it really matters because I got punished by sin anyway because I picked up missing no. Can missing no roll active items? I don't know. It can. Okay, I'm gonna give myself the chaotic dice again. You cannot predict what will happen. Jesus, I found the stairway again. This one isn't too good. We had Sacred Heart on the last one, but we couldn't really use it. Oh, I forgot perfection. Never smuggle perfection ever again. Don't do it. It's not worth your time. You'll forget it. Everything went downhill the moment I realized that the chaotic dice was bugged. What is this? Neptunus. That's actually kind of sick. Thank you. This is gonna be one of those chaotic Matman videos. I haven't had one in a while, so it's deserved. I will say the camo undies plus the Neptunus synergy is going hard. Look how many tears I throw out at the very beginning of the room. And then it kind of teeters off and becomes a mid-run. But in this first like 2 seconds, God, I am him. Vault room just as a beggar that I'll blow up so I can get maybe something decent. I mean, that was to be expected, right? If we're being real, it was probably likely for me to find some kind of missing no if I was chaos rolling everything. I still believe in the perfection smuggle dream I had, okay? I think I just need a better use for it. Maybe a time when I have, I don't know, like Guppy's tail. If I had Guppy's tail, I would think about it more, and I wouldn't forget it. There's literally nothing in this angel room. There isn't even hearts. Is this gonna do the bug again? No, actually this time it fixed itself. Okay. Or is it because of options? I don't know what's going on, actually. We're gonna take this more trinket room. And now it makes me look like an even bigger bozo because I actually really could have perfection, but we're not gonna focus on that. The next time I manage to find Guppy's tail and perfection, I will go for the smuggle play, okay? I truly do believe in chaotic smuggling. I kind of messed up a little bit. I got hit with missing no, okay? And usually I don't take that item. But today will be Bozo Day. Give me TM Trainer while we're at it. What is that? That is the worst synergy. I'll take this so I have an item to roll. This is now a missing no run. Actually, even though I had missing no, my chaotic dice didn't get rid of itself from this floor. That's cool. I'd say it's thematically appropriate, if anything. If we're going with the dice that rolls into any pool, we should also go with the item that rolls your entire build into any pool. Now, for actual Bozo, the build is terrible. Like, I can say, like, oh, it's okay, you know. But the actual build for this floor, god-awful. I could fight Hush. Do I want to? Yeah, why not, actually? I haven't fought Hush? Jeez! When was the last time I dogged on Hush, dude? It actually feels like forever. I actually want to do it. I have a Star of Bethlehem since when? Okay, I might roll that. I'll take the Miter though for Seraphim. Take this other key feat. No, I won't actually. I'm just gonna fight him just to fight him because it's funny. God, that sure was funny. And then I'll roll this. Bible, hopefully get a good missing no. Still did not get my chaotic dice. Wait, I have Spirit Sword. God damn. Actually, I mean, it's not terrible, right? I don't get to experience the pure beauty of Godhead, but it's not the end of the world. I still get to have homing and such. Plus the Trisagion. Basically, we're always going to have some Angel Room items in our build, just because of the way Missing No works. I think we'll make a break for the boss. We also have the mine, so we know where we're going, which is awesome. And Holy Light. This is just a really good angel build, actually. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep the mine on the next floor, so we'll take the world. I don't know if Missing No rolls that. I don't think it does. And we'll have mapping for the next floor. We're kind of in speedrun mode right now. This is a very good build. Later! Later, hater. You guys ever watch Wander Over Yonder? That was a good show. Hello? I wasn't expecting you. What? Blow up that key piece. Blow up this key piece. Take this purity because it's actually just good, to be honest with you. And then it spawned again. Yeah, that's definitely a bug. That's not, I don't think that's supposed to happen. We'll take all of this and go and fight Hush. Yippee! What happened? I got conjoined. What is this? Oh! That is an insane build. What is this? Hello? Sacrificial altar. I have an incubus. I unironically don't want to do that. I gotta pick up the Bible, dude. It keeps showing up. You gotta get out of my pool of items. Hey, remember when I said that it would be cool if I smuggled perfection? Well, look what just showed up. I'm telling you, that's the future of Isaac meta, okay? I can see into the future. When we are 2 years into Isaac from now, and we are all smuggling perfection to the dark room in the chest with Guppy's tail and getting insane builds, you know who to thank. It was me. I came up with the idea, I swear to God. We're gonna start the perfection smuggling revolution. I see into the future right now. I know it's true. You gotta believe me. I know I sound crazy. That's actually a good item. We have chaos just like in general. What if the chaotic dice said, hey, I'm a unique item, and then the chaos came in and said, hey, I completely destroy every use for you? This should be an interesting build because I have the whiz, so I aim very weird. I don't know how much damage we're doing. It's an okay amount. Hush is big enough that I can actually shoot dead on, and I'd be able to get a lot of my shots in. So despite it not being the highest damage build ever, even though it looks really awesome, it actually is doing a decent amount here. Watch me dodge this like a Neo. You gotta go. Alright, thanks. Now, I know that looked like a rough fight, but don't even worry about it, okay? Okay, we still have the chaotic dice. We dropped school bag, so we dropped this Bible. How much damage do I do? Okay, this is another shotgun build. If I walk up to the enemy and hit the button, they kind of explode. Roll this into Jar of Wisps. Nothing is. And then I'll roll this into Poop Own. Also, it doesn't really matter that I picked up Guppy's tail. Let's be real, because this is just a chaos build. This is one of those, TM Trainer chaotic gamer builds, which I always like doing. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. That was not a very long-lasting build, but it was fun. It was nice seeing Sacred Heart on my screen. Okay, let's see how much damage we truly have. It's a lot. Let's see what our last build is. Yippee! Again, I lost the chaotic dice. I got 2020! Brimstone. Why would it be Brimstone? I have chaos, you dunce. Alright, well, we're doing this. This is a chaotic dice showcase, right? Guys, welcome to my Binding of Isaac showcase, where I managed to use debug like 7 times. This is an absurdly good build. What is this? Wait, this is so good. Whoa, dude! This one's beautiful. Also, you have sharp clubs, which is kind of sick. Oh, I love this one. It's so pretty. Definitely enjoying the 2020 showing up. Ludo, no, thank you. Damn, Chaos really came in and said there's no use for you existing, chaotic dice. This would be the exact same run if I had a D6. Ooh, what's it gonna be? Ooh, okay. Rolling moment. Wafer. Nah, okay. Abaddon. Yeah, sure. That sounds like fun. Another? I'm dancing. What? Excuse me? Oh my god, there's a smelter! I got no clue why I'm dancing. Should be the last room. I don't think we have anything more. Is there a chest? Nope. Okay, let's go. roll again. This time I'm not dancing for absolutely no reason. I'll take the conjoined, actually. That's good. I could probably make this more fun. Yeah, that's good. We have a ton of splitting shots, so that was worth. I think we have Cricket's bot. It seems like it. I'm gonna assume, yeah. Take this for another roll. We'll roll, get Dad's key, and fight Megastan. Well, bam. Oh, homie. Yes, thank you. So, boom, open this up, and then I think I'll take Belial and fight. This run is very, like, this specific one on this floor is very visually pleasing. And it's the kind of run where it's really satisfying, because it's not just visually pleasing, it's really powerful. It does a lot more damage than you might think. Let's see. We have 10 base with conjoined, and it has so many goddamn rainbows. We'll probably one-shot most of these horsemen, yeah. Can't forget about the goat guppy, who I think I still have at this point. I don't even know. I just see them spawning flies. Oh no, that's Parasitoid, my bad. Yeah, like it's just a massacre, really. One-shotting each of the angels. I think I have Monstro's Lung. Something's happening. Either way, all I know is that I can shoot this fast with a ton of damage. Start melting Megastan 2's health. Halfway there already. We barely even fought him. Hold on, I gotta do a bit of dodging here. And done. Do we fight Delirium today? That's the big question. 3, 2, 1, go! Aww. Well, that's chaotic dice and more like a chaotic video today. GG. Yo, what is going on, gamers? Today we're trying out Isaac, a character that takes advantage of nothing but slipperiness. This is going to be very challenging. First treasure room. Wow, they are fast if you're able to keep moving in a straight direction. It's gonna be the scooper. We don't need it. I don't have a D6. Isaac does not have a D6, so I guess we'll just leave and come back. This character apparently is unused from the Revelations mod, which is a mod that I actually have not even tried yet. It's been on my notepad of things I've been trying to do for a very hot minute, but I saw this, it came out. Apparently this character's unused. I was like, yeah, you know what? I like the photo they put on the thumbnail, so I'll do it. So I imagine this takes exactly from, you know, when like you're on Dross and you got that weird poop below you and you're slipping around, or you're like fighting Dangle or something like that. This seems to be the exact same mechanic, except just permanently. We also seem to be starting with an item. I don't know if that item actually does anything. That item might literally just be what causes Isaac to exist. Let's open these two chests. Maybe we get some more money and we can hit that reroll. Or I could hit that per throw. But a per throw is kind of mega value. I'm gonna save it for a secret room. It could be more fun to just hit the reroll and get like something better than the scooper. Actually, what am I even saying? This character does not have an active item. I should just probably take the scooper. It just feels wrong to take. Let's be real here. Like, of all the items you can find in the treasure room as your first starting item on Basement 1, it's the scooper. I don't know. It's like whatever. Wait, hold on. Check this out though. I'm gonna be sick as hell. Check out my drive-by. Meow. I missed. Hold on. There you go. Uh-oh, I'm already starting to take damage. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit hard to control, but I don't think it's gonna be impossible. I just need to get used to it very quickly and adapt as fast as I can. And if we can do that, yeah, I know, I'm sure I could just handle the rest of it. But so far, I'm doing a not so good job. And I'm not getting a lot of pickups or sucks because I am seeing... I didn't mean to go in here. I am seeing a significant amount of tinted rocks that I cannot blow up. It's gonna happen, whatever. Maybe we'll get a matchbook or something crazy. I find it hilarious that I did not want to fight the boss, but the ice mechanics actually made it happen. If this were like Basement 2 and a devil room was on the line with no soul hearts and I ended up fighting Gurglings, this could have been devastating. There we go. Duke of Flies is done. Seeming to be a little bit of a challenging day. I am down for the challenge. What is our first reward? Super bandage. Man, the last thing I need is HP right now. Please! Okay, sorry. I mean, the ice mechanic is scary as hell. Can you blame me for getting a bit nervous there? What say you guys? Do I hit the per throw? Oh! It was so worth it. Also, this is weirdly ironic because how am I going to be shooting fire as the ice guy? I'm down. Let's do it. Well, no keys today, so no downpour. I guess we'll miss out on Blue Universe, and please don't be burning basement because I'm going to burn alive. I do not want to melt. I don't know if there's actually like a melting mechanic. I doubt there is, but that'd be really funny. Like if you get too close to a fire, you end up taking damage. That'd be actually kind of sick. This isn't actually as frustrating as I thought it would be to play. I mean, don't get me wrong, it feels really weird. One of the greatest things about Isaac is how solid the controls are. You press left, you go left. You press right, you go right. That thing is responsive. So when you introduce this, it gets a little funky, but definitely not to the point where I'm like, man, this is going to be impossible. I simply just need to adapt. I love the fact that when you turn and Isaac is sliding, you can see his little legs. Like, see what I'm talking about? Like he goes in one direction and you switch, and he's like trying to like readjust, so he like steps very fast. That is actually adorable. Wow, petrified poop moment for real. I suppose we'll be hitting up the shop. I have adoption papers sitting on the ground. And wow, that's a ton of cash. I definitely want to maybe do that. Adoption's so weird though. It's like, yeah, you know, you get a bunch of babies from now on. But the actual shop items themselves are so good that I don't want to do it. Dude, can I please get a bomb? The amount of value I've missed out on by not having bombs so far is actually like astronomical. I've never seen so many tinted rocks and amount of monies and chests just laying around because I cannot blow this place up. Please? That works. Hold on, this really works. Broken Magnet only works on coins, but coins are the major thing I wanted, at least here. We're not gonna get the tinted rock, but at least that's a ton of money. I'll be keeping the petrified though. This is way better. Should we go devil rooms? Well, I think a better question, or should we go shop? I think I will. Hopefully there's a key or a bomb in here. There's a bomb. I'll take that trade. I feel like whenever you go in the shop, it's either going to be a bomb or a key, and I wanted both of them. So at least I get value out of this. And then I guess I'll buy this treasure map. And then I'll go with the cursor roof, and hopefully this pays out with something. I'm gonna need it to happen. Wooden cross. Ooh. Wait. I could be the smartest gamer alive. Check this out. What if we do something like this? Drop this here. Right? This is gonna be especially hard because I'm, you know, in ice mode. But if I do something like this... Oh my goodness, I might just be the smartest gamer. Saving that half a heart for the future. Let's go, dude. Hey, what about this pin fight, though? I think pin stands absolutely no chance, especially if I can get a lucky bird's eye proc the moment they show up. There you are. Wonderful stuff. I have a feeling we're gonna get a second good one right now. My brain is telling me the next time I shoot, I'm gonna get bird's eye, so I want to save it. Boom. Okay, I was incorrect completely. Never mind. I don't remember the last time I did shoot a bird's eye. Hello? Is this item removed from my inventory? Okay, well, you know what? Whatever. Well, we'll take the blind. And in terms of devil rooms, I'm blind, but I have a lot of HP. Nah, blind devils are stupid. Let's be real here. Let's just go down. Caves of Darkness. We got the treasure map working for us, so let's head down first, clear out whatever's in here. Definitely getting hit way more often than I usually would because of the slide mechanic, but it is making things a lot more interesting for me, so I'm glad we're playing it. We got 15 cents now. All we need is a key, and we can make the next shop work for us. First shop already worked for us, giving us the treasure map, which is really good. Hopefully, as we move along, we can get something even better, maybe some damage, because the only damage we're really working with right now is completely luck-based. This guy is so fast. And luck-based damage, you know, it's good, but it's inconsistent. Something to not bank on. That's the same thing you saw with that pin, you know? Every single time I thought I was about to shoot a bird's eye, it did not happen. There goes my deal chance. Ice sack moment for real. What's in here? Oh my god. It's looking like luck is the name of the game today. I know I was just saying inconsistent damage kind of sucks, but when you have two different ways to get inconsistent damage, that damage does become, you know, a little bit more consistent. We got two different procs to hope for now, not just one. Oh my goodness, wait, this is actually like a hard character. It's like I just think to myself, oh man, I've done this room so many times. Easy peasy. Look away for 1 second, I'm down to 2 red hearts. It's not looking good. Here's the keys that I need. This is nice. You can only get one of them, but you know, one is better than none. And I have a feeling my special rooms might be up here. Here's at least the shop. I mean the treasure room. I think I'm just gonna open the treasure room right away. I think the shop would be better, but it's here and I need something to help me. So please be good. Yeah, it's a tears up. It's a tears up. I'll take it. That's beautiful. More tears, more chance to shoot my mega damage. My inconsistent damage has become more consistent, and I can't believe the boss was right here. I actually thought it'd be somewhere else. Do I want to maybe mega min-max and get this chest for free by blowing up the bomb fly strategically? I think I will. I just need to get rid of all of these dudes, and then hopefully, there you go. A perfectly timed bomb fly shows his head. We're gonna have to play a little bit more methodical with this character and do plays like that, but that's where things get really fun. Give me that key, give me that heart after I open this, because I'm sliding all around. It was hard to pick up. And some pickups are really good. We can find probably the secret room on this floor. Very good. Starting to heal back up now. Things are slowing down, but also speeding up, except for that shop. Wait, hold on. I mean, deck of cards is good. I'll take it. I don't have an active item. Deck of cards is honestly like solid. Like a magician card, it's not gonna break my game, obviously, but it'll definitely help for this future boss fight. And that's what really matters, I think. Secret room is here, and I am gonna do this is probably the best animation in Isaac. I guess when you're this character and you walk into an obstacle, you just do the fast walk cycle no matter what. This is incredible. I never want to stop. It's like really satisfying to my eyes for some reason. But nothing good can last forever. Goodbye. Nothing there. Another one. The worst thing that could happen is if I like do this incorrectly and I miss one of the mushrooms, which honestly could happen with, you know, how much I'm sliding around, so I gotta be careful. Oh! Hey, listen, that's still good. Mini mushroom, not the magic, still solid. That's really sick. More pills here. Telepills, don't error room you, brother. I do not need that in my life right now. It would probably be so hard to get boss rush with this character. Slip sliding away, constantly readjusting yourself and wasting time. What was this other pill? Range up. Nice. Hey, things are ramping up. Good stuff. Let's not lose hope just yet. Let's just keep it cool and keep it locked in. Hope for as many bird eye procs as possible. Maybe if Megamoth spawns some hoppers, Athame will proc. Wow, bird's eye is broken. And we should be in the clear. Nice. Oh my god. 9% angel chance? I'm him, actually. We don't get a lot from it. But I would say 2 HP ups and a soul heart is, it's honestly, it is a lot. It's good. You saw that slick slide into the next floor? Yeah, I felt sick as hell. You know what? That 9% angel actually made me feel like God incarnate. What an incredible proc. That has not happened to me in a while. A rare deal chance whenever you skill issued and got hit with red heart damage. I think that's honestly like one of the purest forms of like satisfying dopamine for me and Isaac, because it's like, wow, that is actually just luck. And you can see how lucky you got, you know? Like, it's not just like, wow, I found Polyphemus. It's like, wow, I saw how low of a chance I could have had for Polyphemus, and I got it. That's like the difference maker to me. We do have a curse room over there, but I'm gonna wait to like clear out the boss. At this point, you know, who knows? I really could get another deal. I don't want to waste my soul hearts just yet. Temperance from the starter deck? I don't have bombs, but if I do, I'd blow it up. Saw the kind of pickle they put me in with Ice Zack. It's so hard to maneuver when you're playing this character. It's actually really fun. I've always wanted a character that had like slip sliding mechanics. I can't believe that I haven't been able to find one until now. I'm really happy this exists. Treasure room. Oh, it's so over, guys. I'm getting every single god tier effect known to man. Athame, Backstabber, Bird's Eye. Next thing you know, I'm gonna land Mucormycosis. Hello? These are some absurdo tier effects currently. They're not even proccing that much because of my low luck, but they're happening just enough that it feels really effective. Obviously, Backstabber is more like a thing that you can do on purpose, but you know what I'm trying to say here. Okay, this shop has tier Detonator. I think this is fine, but I don't think it's like too essential. We'll just take the soul heart and leave. I genuinely think starter deck could be better for us overall. I have not used the magician card that we got the first time over so far, to be fair, but it's still gonna be really good. We can maybe get reverse cards and rig the game. Obviously, starter deck is the GOAT in that way. High Priestess. Okay, so with that in mind, how about we just use magician, not on this room because it's a skinny room. There's no way I'm missing any shots here. The next room over, and we'll High Priestess the boss for a one-shot. I'm gonna head back now because I got a significant amount of hearts and I feel far more confident. I wanted to do this earlier. Hopefully there's a secret room. There is. We blow up the Temperance, get this for free, maximize our bombs, and then we can also just go ahead and go in the boss challenge room. I'm sorry, this is something I didn't expect. Look at this. It feels so weird to me. I got natural normal Isaac controls when we're on the spider webs. I kind of just want to stay on them so I feel normal. It feels very weird like sliding around and then I'm normal. What was in here? Latchkey. Is it even worth it? Yeah, okay, yeah, it is, to be fair. I got a one-shot anyway, so let's just pop it off. There you go. Super worth it. We gained some hearts and we got some luck for our tier effects. And the curse room has more items. Not like the most insane ever, but more items are more items. And there you have it. Reverse moon into brimstone. Almost the case. No cigar though. Oh well, I'll still take it. Very hype. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's begun. Look at that one luck up already doing major work for us. I have a feeling this run is going to pop off very, very soon. It already is starting to begin to do that. Oakley Dokley. Hey, Rag Mega. You know, to be fair, I didn't fight you earlier. I kind of just stomped you with my mother's foot. But even now, I'm not really fighting you. You're just kind of dying. Just kidding. This boss is baloney. The fact that he can stay that invulnerable for that long. How dare you, sir? Matchbook gives us matchstick. You know, I actually care about it more. Yeah, we got so much cash and I need bombs. I really do. Let's go down and explore. Feeling solid. We've gotten so many good items carrying our ass through the Ice Sack run. As long as we keep playing relatively solid, I think we can make it to the end here. Whatever the end may be, whether it be dark room or chest. Sometimes people ask me, hey, Matt, how do you decide where you're going to go for the run? And I promise you, I literally don't decide until I have the two items, the Polaroid and the negative, right in front of my face. And at that point, I make some random split-second decision based on what my brain tells me to do. Oh, this is always a wondrous skull to find. You love to see it. All of those gone. I get a black heart and a card. Strength is cool. I know these sacks are probably worth it, but I just want to find my special rooms first. I might come back. I probably won't. And here is one of those special rooms giving us greed. Hello. Kind of stink. How dare you, sir? I was looking to buy something. Shops have been an L today. If we're being real, like they have not been paying off. And it happens, you know. Not every day is going to be a banger for the store. Sometimes they have a wonderful deal and sometimes the clearance aisle is really bad. Guys, I'm soft locked. Guys, that's crazy. what? I can't tell you how soft locked I was. I'm never going in that room ever again. I was about to exit out and quit out and then continue the run so I could respawn at the front door. I don't know what happened. It's like all my speed disappeared or something. Something to do with those graviton grimaces combined with Isaac's slippery physics made it so I just had no ability to escape. I promise you, all I was doing is holding W and alternating A and S, and it just felt like there was no counterplay at all. I'm scared. The more we go along here, the more those types of enemies will show up. I'm telling you, no matter what character we play, grimaces stay the most annoying. Hey, there's our treasure room though. We also got a curse room. How about we go treasure room, curse room, and then we'll pop the moon card to get out for half price. What's in here? Dead Sea Scrolls. I don't even want to look at you. Get out of my face. How dare you, sir? But in here, oh my god. You guys think I can diagonal with this character without stopping? You know, we're never going to find out because I accidentally walked outside. Boom. I kind of stopped, let's be real. But it was still kind of slick. TPS to the secret room. Blow these guys up. We got range. We got tears up. Nice. And we got shot speed down. Not even a big deal. Maybe like the worst display of Isaac's Hill I might have ever done in my life. I'm actually highly embarrassed. Part of me wants to restart the entire run. We're fighting war, so that means we're gonna get a cube of meat or a ball of bandages. It's a cube, and we got the angel. It's a holy water. That's always incredible to find. I love this for sure. We're gonna pop the magician here. It's a bit of a hard fight. Not too terrible, but we will need the extra help just to make sure I don't take any more damage. I could absolutely see a scenario where this guy does angel lasers, revelation style, and I accidentally slip and fall into it. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up style. So let's avoid that, get key piece 2, and go to the next floor. What a chunky looking map. Everything's so close together with so many big rooms. Look at the tear effects going to work on my run right now. So appreciated. You can't forget, I'm doing all of this with base damage so far. It's not too good. If I didn't have all of this good stuff with me, this run honestly might have been over long ago. But I'm just getting but I am getting very lucky with my items, except for damage stat. So let's just keep up the good fight and try not to die. Keep our eye out for tinted rocks if we need be. I accidentally walked into that because I thought that was my own backstabber blood. My bad. Yeah, man. I mean, I have barely gotten to Mom Its Depths 2 and we're at 27 minutes. Getting a boss rush mark with this character would probably be so hard. I imagine it would be easier if I had better items, better stats, but this is genuinely like a really strong run, and I already found it 8 minutes late on this run to make it to there, so it would have to be something really broken. This is incredibly good. There's options will only pay out probably once for the entire run, but Champion's Belt's nice. And I got so much money that I might as well donate. Very epic dono moment. That gave me +3 luck. That was actually insane of a play. That alone has given me so much extra damage. Look how much more Athame is proccing on those enemies. Bird's Eye as well? Okay. That was the shop we were waiting for. It only took the entire game, but the entire game was worth it for that. Do I want the Callus now? This actually seems like broken on this character. Callus as a trinket by itself, I'd give it like a B tier, an A tier. It really only matters if you think about it, if you skill issue. But with this character, Isaac, I'd give it an S. I mean, the one way you're gonna get hit all the time is because you're sliding around, sliding away. This removes at least a bit of the ground factor. Golden Key, Treasure Room, Eyesore. Yeah, I'll take it. I guess that donation machine did stay open. Not like I'm trying to rush to boss rush or anything. Let's just donate the rest of it. Maybe we get another luck up. That's another effective DPS up in my eyes. Okay, no, but at least I feel good as a person. You actually pronounced it wrong. It's Isaac. You're incorrect. Sorry. Skill issue. I'm gonna pop reverse strength here. Make it so we can blast through Mom even easier. And I think I've decided we're gonna go up today. We've been handling a lot of angel rooms. They've been working out for me, so I'm feeling good about them. Let's go. Alright, you load into Utero 1. You have treasure map, you look at the map, and you see this. What say you? Where is the boss? I think there's only one logical solution, and it is up. If I'm wrong, it's gonna be absolutely devastating because there's no other way to turn. It would literally just be a 180 in the other direction. But at that point, I'd just be like, you know what, game? You tricked me really well. I can't even be mad. Ooh, beggar with my high deal chance already, yeah, give me that 80%. And that is broken. That is actually like an S tier trinket no matter what character you're playing. In fact, it becomes S tier, S tier when you're playing the Lost characters, but I would say it's already S tier with any other character. Like, you just always take this trinket. This kind of covers the same basis as Callus. It just requires enemies to be in the room, but it does the same thing anyway, you know? What we fighting? Conquest? That means White Pony. Do I run White Pony, dude? Does Isaac still, like, be slidey if you're flying? I mean, I don't see, like, why you wouldn't. It might just be better for me to take that. Yeah, it's probably just better. I'll test it out, but I'm sure you still slip slidey away. Flight would have also been good, but whatever. Gimpy for 1 heart, sure. But the black powder is just like never worth it. What a bozo item, let's be real here. Finally feeling like my tier rate is very solid. My damage, it's alright. It's not too good. It's commendable, that's for sure. At least in terms of base damage. In terms of like backstabber proccing constantly, like that's the reason this run feels so strong. We really do only have 1 damage up, and that was from the champion's belt from the shop. But that should be more than enough to suffice for an entire win here, I think. Reverse Temperance? I think we send it. Speed up, HP down, range down. Kind of sucks. Something's wrong. I can see. And addicted. Ooh, maybe not so good. Now I'm looking at my HP and I'm thinking, wait a second. I'm getting nervous here. I would truly say that this character is actually challenging. There's a very real possibility we do not defeat this run. I will lock in though, guys. I promise. I'm gonna really try. I think at this point we're in speedrun mode. The longer I stay on a room and a floor in general, the better chance that I'm just gonna lose. I feel like this character like self-implodes just by existing. So we need to beat the run as fast as possible and take advantage of anything we can find while we're speedrunning. Like if we see a tinted rock on the way, of course I'll blow it up. But I'm not gonna clear out the floor hoping for a tinted rock. I just don't see us being as powerful enough to really like do that comfortably. Oh my god, you saw the sigil play? I cannot believe how clutch that was. Sigil has maybe like saved me already like 10 hits this entire time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'd love to get Brimstone, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I saw on the like workshop page that there was a like specific Brimstone cosmetic with this character, which seems so cool. I'm wondering if there's other ones. Maybe I'll experiment and see if like there's other sprites for specifically this character. I'll try and figure it out, but I'm not too sure. Hey, so I looked up and I did find some new costumes. So this was the Brimstone one. Icicle horns look super duper dope. You can also see I turned pink entirely when I'm about to be able to shoot. Blah blam. I think Nod Leaf does something, or maybe I'm nuts. Oh, that is sick. I really would not have expected it to be a unique sprite like that. That's actually really cool. Maw of the Void makes you look super demonic, and your icicle head does get little bits of horns as well. And I'm sure when he yells, he's gonna do something really cool. Yeah, there you go, dude. I guess there's actually way more than I was expecting. There's also technology. Yeah, there's hella unique sprites for this character. This is really sick, actually. I like the technology one. There's also one that I can't really recognize. I don't know what item they got or transformation to give them that. Maybe it's something like Eye of the Occult or something. But I'll put it up on screen because I can't seem to figure it out. But it's there. And there's really cool unique sprites for this character, actually. Okay, let's look around for tinted rocks. Maybe even start blowing up random rocks for like a crawl space. Hoping on God something happens. I see some red hearts in the room from the map. We can maybe heal up here. I don't know. I'm getting nervous, to be honest. We've gotten really far with this semi-solid run. It'd be kind of devastating to me if we lost it. I'd be very proud if you were able to clutch it out. Just kidding. Every red heart known to man was in this room, so we're fine. Boss? Oh, man, I picked correctly. Thank you. That was a very solid pick from us. Treasure map proving out to be one of the MVPs of the run today. Very happy this guy exists. I'm also very mad that a champion green splits into 2 other holy bonies. Holy bony exists. That was devious. Whatever, we can do it. Let's go. Hang on the left side. Hope my bird's eye blocks a lot of shots. Anytime I need to move, it's gonna be really bad for us, because not only are we losing DPS, I'm also losing extra DPS and extra maneuverability just because of the way the character works. Not to mention, it's actually just hard to dodge holy beams on reaction because there's like this build up that Isaac needs to go through. He doesn't just move like the other characters, you know. He's got to rev up a little bit like a car. I would have to react to the holy beams even faster than I usually would. We're good. Phew, we're good. Let's be safe about this. Let's not be stupid. I know there's a red heart in here. It only costs a bomb. Let's not be lazy. Despite my name, I do want to win. So all we gotta do is hope this chest pays out like crazy for us. Oh my god, voice crack. End the video. We can just cut it. Never mind. Please be good. Oh no. Please be good. Alright, we're fine. Never mind, we're good. Pretty Plum! Cupid. All I gotta do is guess where the boss is and it's looking like it's down. Mom's knife is like a win con. No matter what run you're doing. Never mind, we win the game. Lamau, are you kidding me? Wow, okay, way to really build up suspense for no reason. Are you joking? I get Mom's knife, use starter deck, I get the Emperor card, I win the game. I cannot believe how lucky I am. What the hell? Are you kidding me? In fact, I guessed incorrectly. The boss was actually top right. Yeah, well, you know what? Whatever. What a way to go. I'm absurdly lucky on that one. Isaac was really fun to play. Genuinely challenging. That was awesome. And shoutouts to Revelations. I do want to check it out eventually, guys.
Nothing better about going on a date and getting stretched out.
I don't know that there is a boy equivalent of flowers.
Dude, they put the glorp in the
I think.
I'm watching Heat the way I'm on this Michael Ware. Michael Mann directed.
Hello and welcome to TOC After Dark. That was it. That was all I had. Today we're going to be trying out date night meal deals. That's right. Have you ever gotten a hot Tinder hinge date, whatever the fuck you're using nowadays, and you want to take them somewhere nice and save money in the process? Well, we're here to pick the 5 best places that we could find that offer these meal deals for 2. I know Valentine's Day was about probably 2 weeks ago at this point, so I think we're right on time.
Yeah, well, and the real way to your lady or man's heart is by surprising them all the time, not just on holidays.
Exactly.
You need to keep wooing them, keep the love alive, and Olive Garden is here to help you.
They expect Valentine's. They expect something like this to happen, but then like 2 weeks later, you're like, baby girl, let's hop on over to Chili's, and they're like,
That's why I do nothing for Valentine's Day. You guys want to hear something crazy?
Already?
This Valentine's Day?
Wait, how far are we? That's just like a minute and a half. You're already...
Oh, the candle.
No,
The candle.
To them, it's going to look like I'm pointing at...
Monique got me flowers. I've never been given flowers before. I get why people like it. It was nice. It was just such a cute little thought.
Get your pussy wet?
This year, Lindsay asked me what the boy equivalent of flowers is, if you guys have it.
Fortnite V-Bucks.
Yeah.
I don't know that there
skins.
is a boy equivalent of flowers, to be honest.
I think flowers. I think men just aren't used to getting flowers. Like,
Yeah, I agree. You get some flowers, and it's a big thought for a woman to buy their man some flowers. You know?
I think it's very... I agree. My first instinct was like a hot dog, though.
Well, see, I would say food.
Grab me like a